Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I could start this off with like music and stuff, but we're already a little bit late, so we might as well just get going with the entire day. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for a pretty in-depth discussion. A pretty in-depth discussion regarding the attributes, the weapon types, not so much the weapon types, but a lot on the attributes of the new characters coming out. Because I think Kuro's done something over here that I feel like a lot of people weren't necessarily expecting. So let me just go ahead, grab some materials real fast. Right, let me just go grab some materials real fast. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, I need to pull up like 2 Amiath things. And then we're good to go. Yes, sirree. Because her being fusion, I don't think anyone's surprised at all that she's fusion. I think most people they would be surprised if she wasn't. However, I think a lot of people are surprised by how soon she's how soon she's releasing in the story. That might actually be more so like the confusion over here. It's how early she got released, because it does make the release schedule of the units feel a little bit nonsensical. So that's part of what we're going to be diving into today, but it could also mean that she's one of the best releases in the history of the game. So yeah, we'll start breaking this all down. All right, we got this over here. Let me go move my photo piece so I don't accidentally click on that shit. Okay. Here we go. Let's just go ahead. Let's get right on into this. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. It appears that the next wave of drip marketing, the official confirmations, all of the info regarding Wuthering Waves 3.1, it is still continuing as we head on into the rest of 2026. And I'm just seeing over here, looks like my chat isn't actually on the screen, so let me get them on there so they can say hi. We're back from our break. And Kuro Games is welcoming us back with that official reveal for both Amiath and Luke. And so what I wanted to do today was actually start breaking down, for Amiath in particular, with her reveal as a fusion sword user, what this actually means for the future of the meta in Wuthering Waves. Because I think that Amiath's release itself isn't that surprising. I don't think anyone is confused or shocked by the fact that she's a fusion character, right? We got all of this news about, Lahai Roy being built on, around the Exo Strider. We know that, like, the Exo Strider itself is, like, slumbering, and Amiath clearly has something to do with it. And how else is a giant being sustaining life in the Roya Frostlands without having some sort of way to generate heat or fusion, right? So it probably makes a lot of sense to individuals over here, right? That the unit that pilots a mecha or conjoins with the mecha with their kit symbolizes what the mecha represents in the region, which is fusion. So yeah, I don't think that part is particularly surprising, but what I think is shocking is the fact that we're seeing this character released in version 3.1, right after version 3.0, where they're already releasing, and this is going to be the part that I think really screws with some people, where they're already releasing a fusion unit in Mornier. And so essentially, when we combine that with the fact that we already had a Spectral basic attacker in 3.0, and we have a Fusion healer, now we're going to have the Fusion Sentinel, and then another Spectro unit over here, who's probably going to be another basic attacker. So, as you're probably understanding, right, this seems to be one of the most odd attribute character combination releases we've ever had in the history of the game. And, well, what I'm here today to do is talk about what her being fusion and what him being Spectro actually entail. So, without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's get right on into it. All right, Super Kids, appreciate the 20 gifted subs, my man. Was just waiting until I finished that sentence to acknowledge you, but hey, appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's a wonderful time to be a Wuthering Waves player. So, First things first, let's focus on Amieth, and let's talk about why her being fusion is such a big benefit to her character. That's because she's already going to have, potentially, some of the most teams and some of the most partners in the history of the game. So, let's go ahead, let's take a look at this, right? One of the big characters that embodies fusion, and is one of the biggest supports for fusion, is easily this character called Lupa. And when you look at Lupa's kit, when you look at her signature, when you see how she works, basically everything about her is about boosting fusion damage and decreasing the enemy's fusion resistance. You can see over here she's got passives dedicated to reducing fusion resistance more when there's more fusion resonators on the team. And, well, she also has this whole pack hunt mechanic on her liberation that gives the entire team attack and fusion damage. You combine that with the fact that there's already an on-banner healer, or sorry, a fusion healer on the roster in Brant, and then we're also getting a second fusion healer with, well, you already saw her earlier, with Mornier. Because it's pretty obvious that this character heals, primarily due to the fact that, A, her new Sonata set, which is called Halo of Starry Radiance, is based off of you healing, and then it'll increase the entire team's attack. And so you're probably seeing what's going on over here, right? Because you've got fusion buffing, the more fusion characters that are on your team, and now we've also got a fusion healer. Because if you're thinking that the Halo of Starry Radiance set is not for the character with the halo that's starry, then maybe we're not on the same page over here. But I think most people can understand this is how it's going to break down. So right off of the bat, that already seems like a team, right? That already seems like a team that's going to work. You've got your Lupa, then you've got your Mornier, and then you've got potentially Gundam Girl over here. But there's another universe. There's another situation, right? The team that I just suggested doesn't do something. It doesn't interact at all with this mechanic over here. Tune Rupture and Tune Strained. That's the team or mechanic that it does not actually exist at all in that team that I just mentioned. Unless the Sentinel has this ability. Unless the Sentinel, Amieth, has the ability to apply Tune Rupture or Tune Strained, then that team is not going to have any actual tune mechanics in it. And so, who knows if that's something that this character is going to have? The ability to inflict it would be pretty damn helpful and would probably make sense for a Sentinel unit. Then you'd be able to introduce that mechanic, right, in that Lupa team that we're talking about over here. But then there's another circumstance, right, that isn't really fully hitting the head. That's going to be the Tune Strained archetype. So the way that Tune Strained works is pretty interesting, right? The more characters you have that can respond to Tune Strained on your team, the more damage they deal. That's how this passive works. The more characters with Tune Strained that can interact with it, the more damage is done. What does Lupa not have in her kit? The ability to respond to Tune Strained. So you're probably seeing already, there are some drawbacks, right, to this team over here. You're not going to have that Tune Strained or Tune Rupture synergy that you might have if there's like a Linné plus a Mornier on your team. Hopefully, you're beginning to see what's going on over here. This character, right, this Amieth unit, she seems to already have, because her attribute is simply fusion, she seems to already have a lot of potential teams already in the mix. But there's still one more thing. There's still one more thing, guys. There's still one more situation. And this is going to be one that, well, some people might not see this one coming. I personally think it just has to happen at this point. Let me just go make sure I have the proper... Yeah, here we go. The proper page over here. So, in Wuthering Waves 2.8, what we had was a rework to every single negative status outside of Air Erosion and Spectrofrazzle. That was when Chisa released. Then we basically got news about Fusion Burst, Glacial Chafe, and Electro Flare. One thing that's clear about this ordering is that it went from Spectrofrazzle to Erosion to Havoc Bane, then Fusion Glacial, whatever, so on and so forth. And what Kuro's done is they've released the negative statuses in this order. And so there's a chance, right, that Amiath is a Fusion Burst character, and Chisa's finally getting another team to be used in, outside of the Cartithia one. And this is something that a lot of people have been expecting for quite a long time as well, because this character essentially releases. And with her signature, she's a 5%, maybe 6 to 7% upgrade over the completely free Arrow Rover in the Cartithia team. That is currently Chisa's only team where she is better than a free unit. Otherwise, she's worse than Verena. She's worse than Shorekeeper. She's worse than all these other options. And the idea over here is that Amiath, right? She could be a Fusion Burst unit as well, giving her even a third team on top of everything that we just saw before. We have the Lupa Mornier. We've got Lene Mornier, maybe. Then we've also got a blend with Chisa in there, too. If Fusion Burst is built into it. And the situation that you're probably seeing is that would be probably what makes a lot of sense for a character that's meant to be as hyped up as this. And if there ever was a character that should have a bunch of different playstyles, right? That should have a bunch of different teams that might be able to utilize a huge portion of the roster. In my opinion, it probably should be the Sentinel Resonators. And one design misstep, in my opinion, that Kuro Games has actually had is their design of their past Sentinel units, where you have Cartithia and you have Jinsei. And I'm going to be real, these two have some of the most restrictive fucking teams in the game. They do. If you don't have coordinated attacks with this unit, good luck doing anything. If you don't have Chakota for this unit, good luck doing anything. I would love if this unit had all of the teams that I listed out. You have Chisa, you're fine. You have Mornier, you're fine. You have Lene, you're fine. You have Lupa, you're good. Wouldn't that feel so much better than the current iteration of Sentinel Resonators that we have right now? Where it's like, yeah, you didn't pull her, go fuck yourself, right? And if you don't have Jeja or Cantarella, what are you doing with this character? What are you doing with this unit if you don't have Jeja or Cantarella? I'm genuinely curious. I don't even think you can play her. And when those units that I'm talking about, right? The Chisas, they got released in 2.8. The Lenes and Morniers in 3.0. And then, of course, you have the Lupas in 2.4, and she's already had a rerun. It would be great to see more units that are able to leverage older members of the roster like this. And I would be very, very, very happy if the universe out there in version 3.1 is this unit launching as a fusion, whatever. She's got Burst, she's also got the Lupa team, and she's also got her Toon Break team. I would love that. And this would be the first Sentinel in the history of the game that has more than like one playstyle and like one type of team for their run, which would just, in my opinion, be great, right? Isn't that the point of introducing, isn't that like the point overall of introducing these tune mechanics in the first place? That's what I imagine, right? Like that's the point of introducing these mechanics, is to increase the amount of teams that people can use. And I hope that in this implementation, it actually works out that way. Now, let's talk about a universe where Kuro actually does fuck it all up. Because I've been on the optimistic side over here, but there is a massive opportunity for players to just get screwed over here. And it's extremely simple what needs to happen. Are you guys ready? It's extremely simple how Kuro can take all of these ideas and throw them away. All that needs to happen is that this character needs to scale off of HP or defense. And if this character scales off of HP or defense, everything I just said is completely fucked. Let me explain why. So one of the big things I talked about, right, was the synergy with Lupa. If she scales off of defense or HP, then this is what happens. Your pack hunt, which gives you attack that increases up to 18%, well, now this attack buff doesn't do anything. Now this doesn't do anything. All you get is the fusion damage bonus and then the reduction, which is still good, but, well, part of the reason why you were using this character was because of their 18% attack buff, which is pretty fucking good. Another synergy that's going to get completely fucking cooked if Amiath is a HP scaler is basically all of her synergy with Linné and Mornier. Let me explain to you exactly why. A big part of Linné and Mornier's kits is their Sonata effect, and both of these Sonatas increase attack. This one, Pact of Neon Light Leap, increases attack. This one, Halo Starry Radiance, increases attack. And so, if Amiath is not an attack scaler, bro, she's gonna have, like, she actually will only be usable with Chisa. If Amiath is not an attack scaler, she's, like, actually then only good with Chisa. Because you know who doesn't have buffs related to attack? It's her. Because all she does is reduce defense and give attribute damage. Right? And so, it's really just that simple, ladies and gentlemen. If Kuro wants to be, or wants to have the same exact, mindset, right? The same exact mindset of how they're going to be designing their Sentinel units, all they need to do is make Amiath not scale with attack. And then she's probably only going to have Chisa as a reasonable support, because what the fuck would be the point of having all of these supports and some DPSs that are buffing your attack when you don't scale off of it? Are you beginning to see why I am both optimistic but also scared about this character's design? Because I see a lot of potential over here. This could be one of the best releases in the history of the game when it comes to team building, variety, builds, all of that, right? This could be one of the best teams. Or one of the best units ever. But it also could be literally the worst and a straight up repeat. It could be a repeat of Cartithia. Because we all remember, right? We all remember what kind of happened with Cartithia's release. And what is the truth about her? She kind of feels like one of the most Sig-reliant characters in the game because everything else is focused on having high base attack and lower other stats, right? So, when this is the situation that's happening over here, just understand, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of potential for good and there's a lot of potential for bad when it comes to this unit. I would just wait for her kit design, wait to see what her scaling is, wait to see like what she looks like during the live stream, and probably wait for Jeff Keighley's reveal, because if they don't like spoil or leak this unit's animations via like Jeff Keighley or something, I don't know what Kuro Games is doing. They've got to show her off early beforehand. Yeah, like they better pull another Jeff leak and have him show off her kit. That would make the most sense. So yeah, that's going to be the discussion on Amiath over here. And hopefully you guys can understand, A, where my pessimism is coming from, because we have had a Sentinel who seemed like they were going to be really versatile and stuff, and then they released as an HP scaling, arrow erosion reliant unit. And Amiath looks like she could be the exact opposite. But she could very easily be the same fucking thing if they just repeat this. So yeah. Little bit concerned, but we'll see. I have confidence. I feel like Kuro Games has learned from their Cartithia experience. And guess what, guys? If Amiath works with more teams, do you know what that's going to lead to? If Amiath works with all three of those supports, you pull her, and then people will want to pull Lupa. Then they'll want to pull Linné. They'll want to pull Chisa, and they'll want to pull Mornier. If they like that Amiath enough and she has like 3 different teams, then people will be like weird and pull all of her teams just so they can try her out in every single lineup. I'm saying that's a future as well. And as long as they're balanced and not overpowered and they all feel like there are different ways to play the unit and team and characters and it's fun, what's the issue? So yeah, that's our take on Amiath. And now let's change gears a little bit and talk about whatever the fuck is going on over here with Luke Herson. I don't even know why they decided to release this guy so fucking early. It doesn't make sense to me. Let me just explain this. He's clearly a Spectro Gauntlet user. And when the free-to-play new standard Gauntlet is basic attack focused, and then the set called Rite of Gilded Revelation is also basic attack focused, and he's also all about like dripping gold and shit, and his blood is made out of gold. Guys, it's pretty clear that yes, everything in the game for Luke is there. You can like pre-farm him. You can literally like get like the boss mats you need to like level him up. Everything is there. And my question is, why the fuck did Kuro Games decide to release 2 Spectral basic attackers in a row? I don't think anyone understands that, because it was so confusing, the release order, that people thought this set was for Linné because this is her exact damage type and attribute. It is. It's Linné's exact damage type and attribute. You can't even blame the people in CN with the proper translation of this Sonata thought it was for Linné because of the fucking release order. This is what I mean. You have Spectro and then Fusion, and then in 3.1, it's Spectro and then Fusion again. Did we need another Spectro main DPS? Like, I think we could have gotten one, but did it need to be in 3.1 right after you released a Spectro basic attacker sub DPS? Probably not. And I feel like when it comes to the actual ordering of the 5-star units, people are just kind of really confused. Because A, I don't think anyone expected Amiath this early in 3.1. I get that she's important to the storyline, so I could see why she's there. But right after you released a Fusion support? And there's really no justification for whatever the fuck Luke is doing over here. Bro could have easily been 3.2, 3.3, 3.4. But I guess part of it, right? I guess part of it is that they really want to get Rover's past out of the way quickly. Maybe that's why Mornier and Luke are being wrapped up so early on in like the you know, the 3.x story arc, right? Maybe they just want to get like Rover's past co-workers, you know, get their matter settled immediately. Maybe that's what's going on. But still, another Spectro basic attacker right after a Spectro basic attacker in 1.0. I don't really know what's going on over here. But I do know one thing for certain. And you want to know what the odd thing is? Luke's probably actually needed on the roster. Do you want to know why? Because the Spectro DPSs in this game are just not very good. They're kind of just bad. That's what it is. I think this is the worst aging unit in Wuthering Waves history. I don't think anyone likes playing her. I really don't think, like, anyone enjoys using this unit. I think people desperately want a replacement for her. I never want to use this unit. I fucking hate playing her. And you want to know one of the reasons why I hate playing her? It's because I have to play her with her. And when I combine these 2 units together, these guys are like the dynamic duo of dog shit gameplay. I have never seen 2 characters that feel so bad to use, where you have to animation cancel or swap on every single one of their abilities, or the team is slow as shit. You literally have to swap or animation cancel every single one of their attacks, or the team is a DPS loss compared to every other team in the fucking game. I swear to God, that's like the truth of it. That's why she doesn't even have gear on, even though I have an amazing set for her, because I'm just like, dude, fuck this character. Good Lord. I hate using this unit. It's a headache. And so I'm legitimate, like, guys, these are your Spectral DPS options. Her, ass. Her, also ass. And then, like, bro, she still doesn't have a sub DPS. Those are your 3 options. Legitimately, 2 characters with awful gameplay or Jinsey. So, honestly, a new Spectro DPS is not that bad. I honestly, I think most people are looking forward to it because they'd be pretty happy with benching their Zani, benching their Phoebe, benching that entire cast. Because Spectral Frazzle, guys, it's a fucking mistake. That is the most dog-ass debuff out of all of them. It doesn't even work with Chisa. That's how bad that shit is. So yeah. What I'll say is that whatever they're doing with Spectro is definitely a decision. But it's safe to say that despite having some of the most limited characters, Spectro actually feels like one of the worst attributes. They kind of fucked this one up. I'm going to be real with you. Don't Fusion and Arrow feel like they're in a better spot than this? Don't Fusion, Arrow, and Havoc feel like they're in a better spot than Spectro meta-wise? How? When there's, like, less of those characters, they release more Spectro units. So how does it feel this bad in the meta? This is what I mean. They, like, fucked this one up. They really fucked this one up. So, Luke coming in, maybe he'll fix it all up. I don't know, bro. But this shit is mad cooked. It is mad cooked. So, yeah, those would be my thoughts. Overall, I'm just going to say, Wuthering Waves 3.1 looks like just one of the most confusing updates ever character-wise. And I don't think that following Spectral Fusion, I don't think anyone expected another Spectral Fusion. I think it's more so, nobody expected these characters. I think people expected the attributes. They just didn't expect these 2 right after 3.0. So, yeah, we'll just have to see. But I think a lot of promising stuff for the meta is here. It's just all up to Kuro Games to make sure that they don't implement it in a rough way. Because I've already explained to you, just make her defense or HP scaling, and then basically everything is completely cooked. So yeah, that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. My initial thoughts on the new 3.1 official details. We'll come out with our free-to-play budget weapon guide a bit later on. But yeah, peace out. Let me know what you all thought. Alrighty. So, we've now got a bit of a follow-up video, because all I did over there was talk about the attributes. Now we gotta talk about the actual, free-to-play friendliness and stuff like that. And I have one safe thing to say. Luke is basically guaranteed to be one of the best units in the game. As like a free-to-play budget unit, Luke's probably gonna be holding one of the top spots, without a doubt. He's a Spectro basic attacker with a perfectly designed standard weapon. Plus, you get Sanhua for free. So, yeah, I don't really know how this could be. I don't know how you could really fuck it up over here. Yeah, the only thing might be, oh no, you won't be able to get this bonus. Well, guess what? If you have Lene, you'll get it. And who knows, maybe Luke will apply it himself as well. That's the thing. And if he can't apply it, then pull Lene for him. It'll probably be good. Yeah, so this is part of the video over here. It's going to be all these standard weapon options. Because guess what, guys? That shit is mad important. All right, let's go ahead. Let's start breaking all of that down. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another pre-version free-to-play pull value video. And this time, it's going to be focused on version 3.1 and the releases of Amiath, the new Sentinel, and of course, Luke Herson, a Spectral Gauntlet, probably 99.9% basic attacker. And what I want to do today was go through all of the potential weapon options, as well as take note of the character's attribute, because again, Spectral Gauntlet, Fusion Sword over here. We're here to go through all the different weapon options, team options, to talk about just how free-to-play, budget-friendly these units could potentially be. Because for some characters like Luke, we have a lot of context clues for what their entire kit is actually going to entail. And we already know some budget teammates right off the rip that they might work really well with. But we'll save that for his section, because the first unit up is going to be none other than Amiath. So why don't we just take a quick look at this 8-second reveal from her, see what Kuro Games wants us to focus on, and then begin the discussion. I've seen all I need to see. 6 tacit marks, brother. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm looking at over here. Yeah, 6 tacit marks. So she is the Sentinel Resonator. But yeah, that comes with quite a bit of intrigue, right? And that comes with quite a bit of potential, too. Because she's going to be a fusion sword user. In one of my previous videos, right, I focused a bit more on the fact that she's a fusion character. And that naturally is going to come prepared with a bunch of potential synergies. You've already got teams, right, that you're probably going to be able to think about with Lupa. Then you've also got the teams that are going to focus a little bit more on the tune-strained, tune-rupture mechanics that are on the 3.0 units. It would be a surprise, right, if Amiath didn't have any of these. And then you also have the potential, right, maybe Chisa is going to get a new partner. Maybe Amiath is Fusion Burst as well. We won't actually know the specifics behind her kit and her best teammates until then, but those are all things just to think about, simply due to her being Fusion. Now, let's talk about the fact that she's a sword, because that comes with it a lot more actual benefits. And let me explain to you why. The sword class in Wuthering Waves, the sword weapon type, might actually be the most budget-friendly one in the game. And let me explain it to you in this way. If you take a look at swords, you'll notice something really consistent. They seem to have almost every single type of scaling weapon, like scaling damage type, whatever, built in one form or another. Chu Yan's weapon, for example, right, gives heavy attack damage, but then also like a nice blend of regular damage stats. Then you got Kartithia's sword, which gives a shit ton of HP, but then really low attack. Then you got this one that gives resonant skill damage. Then you got this one that gives resonant skill damage as well. Basic attack here on Brance. Crit rate and basic attack on this one. Resonant skill damage over here. And then just general attack buffing. You'll notice that there's only one damage type represented over here that doesn't actually exist as a signature. And that could very well be the one that Amiath uses. Liberation. There is no Liberation sword. And one of the big things about Amiath as a character is the fact that it's literally like advertised in her kit that she, using her resonance ability, she calls forth a Mecha Scout and merges with it. I would not be surprised if she's mainly a Liberation damage dealer that summons the Mecha Scout with her Liberation and then merges with it, and then you control it and it deals damage. That probably makes sense to me. She could just easily, very easily be a scaler with these other damage types, right? But just keep that in mind. She's probably going to be Liberation. And if that's the case, well, guys, it turns out there might actually be one 4-star weapon on the roster that might be able to work with it. Because, yeah, you've got Feather Edge over here, which has kind of bad base stats, but it is one of the only weapons in the game, as a sword, that grants Liberation damage. So, well, there you go. That's the one free-to-play option that's there. However, If she does have Fusion Burst, or if she does want Chisa on her team, the old Ridacita Craftably works too. And then, naturally, right, we've skipped it, but guys, it could always just be EOG as well. And there's only one real drawback over here to EOG as a free-to-play option for pretty much every single character in the game, right, that uses a sword. It gives attack on its passive stat. And like I've mentioned before in prior videos regarding Amieth, because of the weapon options that we see listed out over here, and the fact that pretty much every single damage type is covered in the signatures, and then you got EOG as like just the general buffer, being a sword user is typically one of the biggest buffs in this game because you have access to EOG. And if Amieth is an attack scaling damage dealer, then she might just be the most free-to-play Sentinel we've had. However, I've made this same argument before, and I have gotten burned with it, because you could have said the same exact thing for Cartithia, but the issue is that this character scales off of fucking HP, bro. However, this is my personal take. I don't think Amieth can run into this issue of being an HP scaler like Cartithia. I really don't think it's going to occur. And this is the reason for why. And maybe this will give some more faith to individuals who are thinking about building her into their teams. If Amieth doesn't scale with attack, she's not going to function with the 3.0 units. Because this Sonata set that Lene uses buffs attack to the incoming character. This Sonata set, the Halo of Starry Radiance, that Mornier uses, gives you attack to the entire team. If we're in a situation where this unit doesn't scale off of attack, great. I guess she might not have teammates with anybody at Star Torch Academy, because all of those units buff attack. That is legitimately what's going on over here, ladies and gentlemen. So from that take alone, I'm honestly of the opinion that she's probably going to be an attack scaler, that she's probably going to have these synergies, and that she's probably going to have some of the most teams available at the start of version 3.1. And the thing is that she's going to have potentially all of that stuff available, plus, and this is going to be the important part over here, a shit ton of great weapon options. Assuming she's got some scaling with attack. Assuming she's got some scaling with attack. And most people, I can imagine, see the vision over here. Because otherwise, guys, this is going to be, if she doesn't scale off of attack, do you want to know the one team that she's going to have in this game? It's going to be like some cursed team where she has like Chisa as her partner and then like one other unit that she can use. Because Chisa's the only support in the game that has no attack scaling at all. All she does is reduce defense and buff the team's attribute damage stat, right? Because, well, that's what her signature does. Those are the only buffs, right, that Chisa has built in. And so, if she doesn't scale off of attack, guys, she might be one of those one support wonders, kind of just like Cartithia, because if you're not using Chisa with Cartithia, you're using Arrow Rover, and those are the only two options that you have. And that's a little bit rough, isn't it? So yeah, that's going to be my take when it comes to free-to-play friendliness, when it comes to Amieth. Like I mentioned before, there's huge potential if you already have existing characters on the roster to buff Fusion, do all of that, maybe the 3.0 synergy as well. But like I said, you want to wait and see to see what that scaling is. Because if she's, again, not attack, there's going to be a lot more hoops to jump through than we originally thought before. And I don't want anybody getting too hasty with it, especially seeing what they did with the past Sentinel. Now, let's move on a little bit further. And let's talk a bit about the, kind of the elephant in the room when it comes to this character. And that's going to be whether or not she can actually inflict tune debuffs. I'm hoping that as like the Sentinel Resonator of the region with the 6 stars, this character can inflict and respond to both types of these tune rupture debuffs. If she can't inflict this like Linnea can inflict it, I'm actually going to be very upset. Because that would mean that for her to have any tune capability at all, she would need to have an inflictor on her team. And that's a bit of a restriction that I feel like the Sentinel shouldn't have. But we'll see. We'll just have to see. Now, let's move on and talk a bit about Luke Herson. Because this is a character, ladies and gentlemen, where I mentioned, right, that a lot of the stuff, it's speculation with this unit. There are literally no leaks at all when it comes to, like, her scaling and stuff. So, like, nobody actually knows. There's a lot of potential for us to get burned over here and for this to actually be one of the worst free-to-play units ever. Luke Herson is absolutely different. Pretty much everything about this guy, his kit design, his damage type, his Sonata set, a lot of that stuff is basically completely confirmed. And when you take a look at some of the existing new standard weapons and then line it up with the rest of the clues, he's probably going to be one of the most free-to-play friendly units in the history of the game. So let's start breaking down 100% what's actually going on over here. So when it comes to Luke Herson, he's going to be a Spectro Gauntlet user. And a big thing about this guy is that he's kind of got like a fetish for gold, where at the command of his will, the energy flowing inside his body undergoes a phase transition. The blood in his palm solidifies into a blade, and his blood is made out of gold. So basically, the guy is like a blood bender who turns his gold blood into weapons. And so a gauntlet user makes a lot of sense for that, right? Because like the blood's coming out of his hand and like making swords and shit. I don't know, right? That's what he does. That's like literally his thing. He's a DPS. And the thing about Luke is that I just mentioned the fetish for gold, right? This Sonata set is called Rite of Gilded Revelation. And what gilded means is covered in gold. If you watch Game of Thrones Season 1, Viserys gets gilded by Khal Drogo. Yeah, he gets gilded. So that's what gilded means in this context, covered in gold. And the Sonata set that's covered in gold increases spectro damage, and then dealing basic attack damage increases spectro damage, and with max stacks, your liberation gains a basic attack damage bonus. Yeah, if it's not clear by now, this is a Spectro basic attacker. It's pretty obvious, right? It's pretty obvious. And then when you look at the actual set in game, you'll notice that there's some interesting stuff as well, right? I've actually got it equipped on my Cantarella for now, so... Oh, it's got a passive echo already that gives Spectro and basic attack damage bonus. Oh, and it also has a 4 cost as well. This is what I mean. Like, there is no reason why you actually shouldn't have this set ready to go on his release if, well, you actually want him, because it's all in there. So from that perspective, this is also one of the most free-to-play friendly things to grind in the game, because it's a DPS, but their entire fucking set is just there a whole month before they release. Well, there you go. You got it, you got it, bucko. And then this is the other part. You remember how I talked about standard weapons? Well, guess what you have when it comes to gauntlets. Let's take a look over here, guys. Oh, Pulsation Bracer. The new standard weapon has amazing base stats, 587 base attack, 24.3% crit rate, 12% attack at level 1. Guys, this is the situation over here. This is almost the exact same thing as a signature weapon. It's just, it gives less of a damage bonus, and it has the condition of the enemies needing to be under tune strained. But guess what? Luke is a 3.0 character. If he's not able to respond to tune strained or tune rupture, I don't know what these devs are doing. But he should be able to respond to tune strained or tune rupture. And if he can't, what the fuck is going on? And my hope is that he can actually inflict it as well. I would love if he could inflict the tune debuffs. And if he can't, I'm going to say it's a massive design miss. Because this is kind of the issue over here. If Luke can't inflict, that means that if you use a Sanhua with him, then he just has no access to tune statuses at all. Because Linné is the inflictor. And as far as I'm concerned, Linné is the only character confirmed to be able to inflict. Mornier can't. And so from that perspective, if he can't inflict, it's like, okay, great. Like, well, now you have Luke and Mornier on the team who can both respond, but then nobody who can inflict. And it's like, well, you have the DPS, and then you also got the support, but you don't have the, what's it called? Your sub DPS needs to be the one? I don't know, it's just a little bit weird, right? So I'm hoping that Luke and Amiath have the ability to inflict tune statuses in their kit. If all they can do is respond, there's going to be some issues. Because if all Luke can do is respond, he won't be able to stack up this 6% basic attack damage bonus on this weapon. All he'll get is, well, I'm going to be real over here. The bonuses are still really good, and he'll still be a great character. You just won't get that 24% basic attack damage bonus. But in all honesty, he should be able to inflict it himself and just stack it up by himself. Because if the universe is just going to be, hey, if you don't have Linné, none of these characters can interact with anything. I'm not going to lie, that's some dog ass, right? We can't have 4 characters that respond and only 1 unit that inflicts. Because then then only one of your teams gets to play with tune. Because if you have 4 units that respond but only 1 that inflicts, what do you do with the other team? You just don't have it? Who knows, right? But what I know for certain is that when you can pull Pulsation Bracer for free, because it's a standard weapon, and it literally has, like, guys, when you read this effect and then you pull up, like, Blazing Justice, you're like, honestly, they look kind of comparable. It's like not over here, absolutely, right? Like, completely behind the competition like Abyss Surges, which just looks like dog ass. This one over here looks competitive compared to the other options. And when it gives that basic attack damage bonus, the 12% attack and all that good stuff, right? And you know that he's a basic attacker. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right? I think you're going to be eating good. However, there is one circumstance over here that I think would actually make sense lore-wise and could be something that Kuro Games actually does. Remember how I talked about things getting kind of fucked over a little bit if scalings aren't what you're expecting? Luke has potential to be like a non-attack scaler. And the reason for that is simple. He's using his blood to make weapons. And so from that perspective, it wouldn't be that out of the ordinary if he actually was an HP scaler, because he's using his blood to deal damage. So I don't think anyone at all would be upset if that occurred. But this is also the other thing, right? That makes his team options and stuff a lot more complicated. Because there's not really a lot of units in the game that buff those types of stats in that way. And it kind of requires a whole new class of sub DPS. Or you just end up like Cartithia, where you just have specialized teammates that only buff damage percent and don't actually impact your attack or heal or HP at all. because her HP number never moves in her team. She just gets damage bonuses from like Chacona and Rover, and like that's it, right? That's how her damage goes up. I don't think Spectro has that type of support when it comes to just buffing the raw damage. It's like these teams increase their attack to deal more damage. So this is a situation where I would really hope that this guy is not actually an HP scaler. Maybe he does consume his HP, but he's still an attack scaler. I think that'd be cool. I would actually like that. He does more damage at lower HP, but he still scales off attack. That would be good. But if he's entirely HP scaling, I don't think the infrastructure in like the game can like handle a character like that, because you don't have like a Spectro Chacona to work with him. So I think he could be really, really tremendously fucked if that's the future that's ahead for him. So yeah, what I'll say overall is that when it comes to these units, you have a very, very high level of guaranteed success for Luke Herson, because you already know that Sonata set is for him. You already know that you can like pre-farm for it. You already know that the new Gauntlet is for him. It's pretty clear that he should be a reliable unit to hedge your bets on, right? To think about planning on pulling for if you need a new DPS that's going to be strong and pull weight on your account. I think you can be confident in him. Amiath, on the other hand, brother, I'm going to be real with you. You kind of want to wait for full details on this character. You want to see, does she have Fusion Burst? Is she going to be a Chisa teammate? Will she scale off of attack? Will she function with Mornier? Will she function in Toon teams? Will she function with Lupa? Who knows, right? But this unit being a fusion character carries with it a lot of weight simply due to how well built out fusion is as an archetype. This is the opposite of Spectro over here, where I said Spectro's just kind of fucked because it seems like there's like no real support for it. Lupa is the fusion support, and that makes it so that any fusion character that releases in the future, you're thinking about how that impacts her. Well, because her buffs are incredibly fucking strong. And what that means is that this unit, depending on the state of your account, could be the best free-to-play pull ever, or the worst. And it really is, again, just based off of whether or not she's got Fusion Burst, whether or not she scales with attack, and just how much she interacts with 3.0's mechanics. But yeah, the final note that I'll leave on is, once again, a quick reminder. I really hope that these two characters, Amiath and Luke, are both able to inflict Toon debuffs just like Lene. And if all these characters can do is respond to them, I feel like this is it's going to be a bit of an issue. And if inflicting is locked behind sequence nodes, that would be very, very rough as well. And we'll definitely make sure to revisit that conversation if that is something that takes place. But yeah, overall, I'll say, when you know this much about the units beforehand, because of what Kuro has already leaked in-game, there's a fair amount of confidence that I'm able to have. And I can safely say over here, 3.1, just like, account strength-wise, you're probably going to be a lot stronger after 3.1 than you were during 3.0. Because I think we can safely say that while Lene is a strong unit, it's not like she's out there making all of your teams way better, or like breaking damage ceilings and doing any of that. But this patch, who knows? Maybe we'll have a little bit of that action going on. And I wouldn't be surprised at all when there's this much hype surrounding a character like this, and this many teams for her to be used in. So yeah, that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Our free-to-play value analysis. If I were to give my top pick, I'd go with Luke for stability. But this is the Sentinel character, so she's undeniably going to be good. It's just a matter of how free-to-play friendly is she going to be while being good. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Not a Sentinel character. That's why she has, yeah, that's why she has the 6 tacit marks, bozo. Yeah, that's why she has 6, that's why she has a 6 mark tacit mark, bro. It's because she's not the Sentinel. Yeah, totally, bro. She's not. Yeah, she's totally not, bro. We can just go to the artifact setting to know the attribute. You want to know something crazy, guys? This character set won't be in-game until they're in-game. Did you know that? This character set won't be in-game until they're in-game. Because her new set is probably going to come out in 3.1. Bro, skip the lore. There's no Sentinel in Lahai Roy. Okay, all right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the funny part. You only say that if you actually did skip the lore. The ironic thing is that that's what the true lore skippers say. You know what I mean? The real tourist thing is to repeat what Shorekeeper says. Because that means you only played 2.8. Because that means that you literally did not even play 3.0. Because that's what Shorekeeper says about Lahai Roy in 2.8. Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit, I'm back. Sorry, Unk. I was hammered after Christmas and got rage baited too hard. Oh, wait, didn't we time you out for a week? Yeah, welcome back, brother. Honestly, sounds like it was a good timeout then. If you were like hammered drunk and just like typing shit in my chat and then like being inflammatory enough to be timed out. I think that's probably the proper use of a timeout, right? Like, bro's just getting shit-faced on my stream and just typing the craziest shit in chat. My brother-in-law had 34 cousins at Christmas. Okay, that's fair enough, right? I think that's fair enough. Yeah, that's wild. How did you even have time to watch a stream then? Aren't you like too busy IRL? Like actually too busy IRL. Well, yeah, well, glad we were able to get that sorted, but yeah, good self-reflection on your end. But that's just nuts. Oh, that's just nuts. Okay, all right. Well, those are those 2 videos. Let me go get those uploaded real fast. We'll have 2 fusions. And then we'll have version 3.1 free-to-play friendliness. Cool. Alright. Alrighty. Let me just get some more administrative stuff done real fast. And then we'll move forward from there. Because I've got some videos that I need to watch. And one of the great things is Wuthering Waves' bi-weekly schedule, because we've also got TOA tomorrow. TOA tomorrow is actually going to be some fun. Unk, go play ZZZ 2.5. You know what I love? I love that without fail, every single time somebody is asking me to play ZZZ. And my take is always going to be, bro, no, the game feels really bad to play. It just does. It just does. And the only just like real proof that you need that that's taken place is like, bro, I think the game is already dead. Like I legitimately think it's actually already dead. You never finished testing. I know, that's the thing, right? I needed to finish testing her, but like the game is so dead that like I don't even know if it's worth it. Because you want to know what else they did? Didn't they already power creep? Zhao and Astra Yao? Isn't the next patch introducing a support that's better than Zhao and Astra Yao in this game? Right? So remember what I said about the rerun banners in this game being predatory because they'll release a better unit? They immediately already released a better physical DPS. So Alice is fucked. Now they're releasing the Zhao and Astra Yao power creep next patch. But hey guys, Saints in the wrong for saying the banners are predatory because they'll just get power crept in 2 months. Oh wait, literally on the fucking dime, it happens. 2 months after 2.5 launches, they will immediately power creep the units they put on that discount banner. Because remember what I said? Hoyo decides what the banner schedule is. They're intentionally putting those 3 units on there, knowing they're going to power creep them immediately. And so they're fucking predatory. Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, how is this community so confused? I don't get it. Like, you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. And the fact that they're already power creeping Astra Yao and Zhao next patch, bro, this shit it's dead. How do you even take this game seriously? This is what I mean. I don't know how you take this shit seriously, bro. All right. Let me go get some links for the boys. Give me 1 sec. I don't know. Should we make a video on that whole Astra Yao power creep situation? Should we? Should we just say that we're right again? Hey, somebody got news. Hey, somebody have like one of those. Is there like a Jay Stern video out there? No, please, I'm begging you. Nah, it's with leaked info. You've been giving. Oh, okay. How about this? I'll wait until it's official. Oh, I'll wait until they announce it then. I'll wait until they announce it then. Because then I'll be able to say, okay, I'll wait until they announce the kit. And then we'll just say I was right. Like, literally, because it will be literally 2 months later. It will literally be exactly 2 months later. From when I said they were going to power creep the units, they're going to release that unit, and it will be literally 2 months later. ZZZ players begging you not to talk shit. This is the thing. I know. I'm actually just lying right now. We're going to record the video later today. Basically, the amount of no's that I saw being spammed by the ZZZ player base just shows that once again, you guys are desperately trying to get me not to cover the dog shit things your developers are doing in this fucking dog shit game. So we are going to be making that video because it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'll make another video when it's official too. I don't care, man. Like, this community deserves it. This community literally deserves it. And this is going to be one of those situations where I'm just going to say, hey, guys, I'm sorry. This is going to be my take. There's a certain degree of player unfriendliness and dog shit mechanics where engaging with it via leaks, it's not being done for clout. It's being done to draw awareness. This is the same exact situation as Castorus's Global Passive. And you want to know what every CC did during Castorus's Global Passive? They covered leaks because it was so bad. And this is my take. Hoyoverse making S-rank guaranteed discounted banners. And then the next update, power creeping the fuck out of the units they put on the discount banner. Isn't that a problem? Isn't that a problem? to put a unit up on banner, discount them, beg people, bait people into pulling for them, and then immediately release Unit 2.0 right afterwards, the next patch. I'm sorry. That's fucking disgusting. That's disgusting. Like, how is that in any way not something that players should be aware of? Because you want to know what other people are probably doing? They're probably... What do you think a lot of people did? Oh my gosh, we're getting Zhao for free. I'm gonna pull her weapon. Oh, you're telling me Zhao with her weapon is worse than the new character at M0? Zhao with her weapon is worse than the new character at M0 W0? Oh, so did I waste my pulls on Zhao's weapon? Oh, no. Oh, no. Who could have seen that one coming? Who could have seen us getting rug pulled in just 30 days? Surely these developers have never done that before. Surely we've never been rug pulled by these fucking devs before, right? Surely they won't do it again. Yeah, my M6 Ellen is... She's doing good. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. Does anyone have, like, anything at all? Like, fuck it. Guys, I'll look at a Twitter post. I'll look at a Twitter post just saying, just, like, comparing the buffs. Because this is the thing. I don't even feel like talking about her kit. It's just going to be the fact that these units are fucking better. So, just, I can go find one by myself, but yeah, no, we will go find one. We will go find one. All right. All right. Here we go. I've heard Age KK say that the ZZZ story sucks. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that, right? All right, let's just see this over here. What's the character called? Sunny? Sunny? I can't even find any shit, bro. Guys. Guys. Instead of talking about where to find everything, could you guys post a link? Could you guys post a link? Please? Instead of saying where to find everything, could you just post a link to where to find it? Instead of saying where to find it. Okay. All right. Let me see this. Let me see this over here. All right. Ah! Okay. You know what? I'm pretty okay with this. Because A, this isn't even actually any, like, fucking leaked materials at all. It's like somebody fucking did some MS Paint shit. So, like, it's not, it can't even be, like, this is my take, guys. If ZZZ is sponsoring people that cover leaks, I don't fucking care. And B, if ZZZ themselves is sponsoring people that cover leaks, I don't give a fuck. And B, this is so bad that I don't even care if it's leaks anyways because of how predatory this fucking company is. So, let's go ahead. Let's start breaking this all down. Let's start breaking this all down. Because we're going to be in for a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be in for a fun one. Because we got to look back on the past videos that we've made regarding this topic. And of course, farm the shit out of the ZZZ community. All right. Let's see over here. Oh my goodness. Who would have thought that I'd be utilizing this again? Who would have thought I'd be utilizing this shit again? Who knew? All right. Let's start breaking this all down. Oh boy, oh boy. Give me that transcript. Give me that transcript. Now let's look up the word predatory. Alright, I don't care. So they got an exclusive rescreening as well.
首次获取的 S 级代理人必为定向代理人，并且爱丽丝、0号安比要。
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Oh boy! Oh boy! I'm so excited! Oh boy! I'm so excited! Okay. Okay. One second, guys. I need to go take a piss real fast. And then we'll dive back on into this. It's gonna be some cinema, boys. All righty. What's this character's name again? What's this character's fucking name again? Is it Suna? Let me see here. Suna, yeah, okay. Let's get a little bit of a... Surely their wiki has a page on her. Yep, they do. They do. Perfect. Alrighty. Alrighty. Check DMs for something more diabolical about gacha revenue. Alright, let me go check that out real fast then. What do you want me to take a look at? Oh. So, gacha revenue apparently lied, and it was like 8 million lower? So, how does it go down? Usually, it's only supposed to go up. How does it go down? Because it only goes up because the counting is delayed, right? And so it gets updated later to account for the new data that's coming in. How's it go lower? Bro, I'm genuinely saying, how does it go lower? I don't get that. I can understand if it went up. Going down though, there's no rationality. Unless everyone refunded the patch. Is this refunds? Guys, I think we might have to make a video on this one as well. Oh my lord. Okay. Well, we'll make sure to... Sorry, Sticks. It looks like the Gacha awards are going to be delayed again. I'm sorry. Hey. Does somebody have the Gateo clips? Yo, can somebody get the Gateo clips where Gateo's on the record talking about sabotaging Wuwa on Gacha revenue? Yo, can somebody get those clips in the background while I cover this? Yo, can somebody get those while I cover this? Because this is the most blatant manipulation I've ever seen. I think they straight up just lied about ZZZ's revenue. I think this is proof they just lied about it. On day one, they lied about it so that people would doom post Wuwa for 3.0. And guess what? I bet Wuwa is gonna see a rise up in like 5 days. I feel like Wuwa is gonna gain like 20 million in like 5 days. Cause how the fuck do you go down on a... How do you lose? In what universe does it just go down by 7.3 million? Bro, it got cut. It got cut by a fourth. This. Do you realize how much 7 million out of 33.8 is? It's like 7.4. That's a massive percentage. What? They lied big. Anyways, if somebody could get those Gateo clips ready where he's on stream telling people to put Wuwa's numbers lower, I've got it in a prior revenue video. I've got it. I can pull up if necessary, but it'd be nice to have the clip. All right. Anyways, we got a bigger fish we need to fry currently. All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some very, very, very unfortunate news to share when it comes to Zenless Zone Zero, when it comes to unit balance, when it comes to predatory banners, and of course, the worst topic of all when it comes to this game, rampant fucking power creep. Because what I have on the screen over here, ladies and gentlemen, is not a crime. It's a new incoming character for Zenless Zone Zero. She is a part of the, idol faction, the Angels of Delusion. It's Suna, a physical support. And if you're familiar with Zenless Zone Zero and their design of certain characters, you know that a new character being a support is one of the scariest things that can arrive to the roster. Because when a new support agent releases, ladies and gentlemen, you know there's going to be a fuck ton more power creep. And I've already talked about this situation before. In the past, when I said that Zenless Zone Zero's guaranteed S-rank banner, where the first S-rank is your choice, and you get 20% off your 10 pull, I said this was going to be predatory. And you want to know why? Just listen. This is so predatory. You want to know why I'm going to call this predatory? Because the balance of this game does not constitute for good rerun banners. Nah. Now, this is so predatory to, like, give discounts and bait players into pulling useless units. Because the power creep in this game goes so unchecked, and characters turn useless in literally 2 months. And you want to know what beta testers for Zenless Zone Zero have already said about Suna's kit? And this is the thing. Unfortunately, this part of the video will constitute as me covering leaks. But there are certain times in a game's development where I am willing to cover leaks. And that is when I believe that the developers for this game are acting in the most disgustingly predatory manner you can imagine. The last time I covered leaks, ladies and gentlemen, you want to know when it was? I'll tell you when I covered leaks last time. It was for this fucking character. Casterus and global passives. 10 months ago. And this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be covering leaks for Zenless Zone Zero. Because everything that I just said over here about how these rerun banners, all of that, are incredibly fucking predatory, right? Because they turn units useless. I said all of this, and lo and behold, let's check out a beta tester's thoughts on Suna. In MS Paint, though, so, you know, we're not, this isn't actually any, like, you know, actual official leak content. It's just their thoughts, right? Pros and cons. Let's read this pro over here. Not only best in slot with Yi Shangguang, but also replaces Astra Yao in almost every team and is good in anomaly teams as well. So if you're familiar with Zenless Zone Zero, this is actually the way that the supports have been working for this period of time, right? Astra Yao was like your attack support. Lucia Elowen is your rupture support. Ukanami Yazuha is your anomaly support. That's how they've had it listed out for premium supports. You had one for anomaly, one for rupture, and then one for attack, right? That was how it was split out. Those are the three main ways to do damage in this game. Now it appears that this character has power crept Astra Yao, and when this character releases in about a month and a half, guess what it's going to officially be, guys? 2 months since this fucking banner started. And so, almost like on a dime, remember what I said, right? Because the power creep in this game goes so unchecked and characters turn useless in literally 2 months. What do you think's gonna happen 2 months? That's exactly when Suna releases to the game, is gonna be 2 months after this fucking video launched. And so, literally 2 months after this video, 2 of the 3 characters on here are power crept. Because she's already cooked after the release of Yi Shangguang, and she's cooked after the release of this piece of shit. So tell me, ladies and gentlemen, Zenless Zone Zero players, are we living in different universes? Where? I already showed you, right, that I'm completely right over here. Do you want to see what the community's response has been in these situations? When I'm just literally right, we need to start taking a look at the comments, right? We need to start taking a look at the comments, guys. Don't worry, we've got a lot of those. There's a reason why I ask all the time, what is wrong with this community? And do you want to know why? I've showed you all of those instances, right? You have people trying to question the reasoning of why I called ZZZ's triple banner predatory. Wow, you're saying that this banner where everyone gets such a good deal, how are you saying that stuff is predatory, bro? What's wrong with you? This community is so blind to literally what the devs are doing in front of them live, to what they've seen the devs do for so many units that are now dog shit. And when it's happening again, and all I need to do is say, hey, they're going to power creep the units. Do you want to know the big emphasis that I made, guys? And this is why we're making this video. Hoyoverse decides the banner schedule in this game. Hoyoverse decides when they want to put characters on banner and when they don't want to put characters on banner. And you know what Hoyoverse decided to do? They decided to have a fucking, and let me just show you over here, right? We got to make sure that we're in full detail. There's a spending event in this patch, guys. Did you know that? They had a spending event lined up this fucking predatory rerun banner with the spending event. And then they're releasing Suna, the unit right afterwards that power creeps the characters on that banner during the spending event. Isn't that like the most disgusting shit ever? Genuinely. Isn't this just straight up the most disgusting shit ever? This would be like rerunning Hu Tao and Arlecchino right before releasing Mavuika. And this is what the player base is dealing with now. You've just had the craziest power creep in the history of the game with the release of Yi Shungite, who blows up and destroys all the fucking content. You baited players into thinking, right, that, oh, the devs are so generous, right? You want to know what was one of the bait of the devs being so generous? The fact that they were giving out this Zhao for free, right? Everyone's just talking about, oh, the devs, they're so amazing. Zhao is a downgrade over Astra Yao in Yi Shungite teams unless you pull Zhao's signature. How do you think the people that pulled Zhao's signature feel? Knowing that this character is likely going to be better for Yi Shungite than Zhao. Think about it this way. You're probably going to be in a situation where Suna is better than Zhao with her W engine. And so isn't it even doubly more predatory when you factor in that a lot of people probably got baited into pulling Zhao's signature because they were like, oh, she's free. I might as well pull her sig, get some good performance out of her. How much do you bet Suna at M0, W0, just the unit with no W engine is going to be better than Zhao? How much do you bet that Suna at M0, W0 is going to be better than Zhao with Yi Shungite? I'll put money on it. I would put money on an M0, W0 unit right here being better than Zhao with her signature. Because, like I said before, guys, Hoyo decides the banner schedule in this game. And they're deciding to release the new best-in-slot support right after giving out this one for free, baiting player into pulling her W engine. And then they're giving out, right, or they're coming out with the next one right after putting this unit on this guaranteed banner. And is she gonna be better than both of them? You want to know why? Because they already did this before, guys. They released Dialin. Dialin, who's better than every other stun agent combined. And people were ranting and raving during her beta about how overpowered Dialin was. And then she just releases and she's the most broken stun unit in the game. What are the chances you think this unit is going to go through changes if Dialin released in her present state? Where Dialin does what every other stun agent in the game does all in one unit. Dialin released like that. Do you think this character is going to get, like, nerfed at all? Or do you think she's just going to be a straight upgrade over Zhao and Astra Yao? What are the chances of the worst case situation happening when every single time it's been the worst case scenario? Chances are pretty high. And so is it surprising at all that I decided to say this is some of the most predatory shit I've ever seen? And to have all of this conjoined with a literal fucking spending event where they're saying, thank you, please give us money. Also, we're gonna fuck the game's balancing in the ass next update. Please pull on these older characters. Please pull on these older characters for their last swan song before we power creep them into oblivion. Please pull them. You won't regret your purchase. Please also buy Zhao's W engine. And that's why we're deciding to cover this, ladies and gentlemen. Because I can't understand how there are so many players that can't seem to recognize that these are the business practices of this company. They decide to, on a whim, just completely invalidate your past purchases and expenditures. And the worst part about it, it's bait you into wasting even more right before they release a far superior product. That's the part that disgusts me the most. They're doing like a last-ditch effort to get you to literally burn your money on fire right before they release a way better version. It's so gross. And this is my take. If you actually like plan on keeping up with this game like meta-wise and stuff, you have to look at leaks. Otherwise, you're gonna pull this Astra Yao. You're gonna pull the Zhao W engine, not knowing that this is coming up in just 30 fucking days. And your money, your value, whatever you're saving for, it's all just fucking wasted. Because these absolute fucking joke developers, bro. These joke developers can't figure out how to sell units without making them just objectively better in every single way compared to the prior release units. Because that's how these units sell, guys. Do you think anyone's going to pull this unit for their character design? No, unless they belong in fucking jail. The only people that are going to pull is because this unit's fucking broken. And that's how it's going to be for every unit in this fucking game. You don't pull them because you like their design or anything. You pull them because they're overpowered as fuck. The entire game is going to be balanced around them. And if you don't have them, you can't play the end game anymore. That is this game. That is this meta. And you can see very clearly when they power creep the game every single fucking update. Every update, there's new power creep. How are reruns not the most predatory shit in the space? Oh, wait. They are. They are. That's why you got people like Average Luck Gamer just straight up saying, don't pull reruns in this fucking game. If there's anyone trying to tell you or convince you that this is not the right advice, skipping fucking reruns, bro, you're on crack. You're on crack. Because how the fuck can you not when this is how they balance this fucking game? So yeah, I just think overall, the ZZZ community is probably, undoubtedly, the most frustrating one I've ever seen to make content for. Because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I can tell Zenless Zone Zero players for months on end exactly what's going to happen to their game and its balancing and its endgame and its unit design and its predatoriness. I can tell them exactly what's going to happen for 4 months in a row, and they still won't listen. And the funniest thing about it is watching this game cascade back down with pretty much every single metric you can possibly find following its release earlier last year, right? Like, bro, this shit is just, bro, it's going down on a merry-go-round. It is going down on a merry-go-round. It also turns out that its revenue numbers are getting manipulated too, where people were bragging about how much money it made, and it turns out the people curating the website were manipulating its numbers to be over like 30% higher than what it actually was. Guys, this is how insecure this community is. This is how insecure this community is. They'll literally just lie about the state of their game in every single way possible to say it's doing well. They'll lie in every single way possible to say that it's doing well. It is what it is, man. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. Yeah. Hey, man. It is what it is, man. All right, let me go check out this Gacha revenue website myself. I want to check it out myself just to double check. Just to double check. Wait, no, that's not good. Oh, that's really bad. No, I thought the people who were okay, wait, let me go see who's spreading misinfo real fast. I need to do a little bit of naming and shaming. Yeah, we need to go see who's spreading misinfo real fast. Alrighty. Alrighty. Alright, Knockwall, thank you for indicating yourself. So, I was just double checking. Knockwall's always actually great, right? Because Knockwall thinks of the most retarded thing that a Hoyosho would say to counteract the argument, right? And then says it. He then says it so that I can, like, preemptively address it. And so he said it's a different multiplier. So that's why I checked. So, like, no, it's not. It, like, straight up, it just shows up as lower. So, like, it can't even be a lower multiplier because all the other ones are literally exactly the same. Yeah. I just make shit up on the spot. Okay. All right, man. You're not... That's... I mean, that's what the Hoyoshos do, so that's fair. That's fair. Round 2.
Good evening, my veritable very raptors.
No, I'm good, man. Bro, what is she wearing, bro? Like, what the fuck was... Like, what even was that? What? Like, what was that, bro? What the fuck? Like, I feel like that video would get age restricted, bro. What the fuck? That might be, I don't think how low did that fucking cut even go? What the fuck was that? Like, what, like, filming a video in that is crazy. Filming a video in that is crazy. It looks like she's trying to go out to the fucking club. ZZZ out. Okay, all right. You know what? We're not entertaining this topic anymore. All right, guys. Let's start farming this one a little bit. Guys, do we have the Gateo clips? Ladies and gentlemen, do we have the Gateo clips? If not, it's fine. I've got the prior videos. Is this it? It's from your video? Perfect. Oh, hey, my fucking man, you got it. All right, let's do a fit check real fast. I think I lost weight compared to earlier this year. I think I accidentally lost weight. No, I definitely did. I definitely did. Yeah, I accidentally lost some. I see no change. It's the hair. Check out that. What do you think that shit is right there, bro? That's called a defined fucking jaw, bro. You don't get that shit unless you lose weight. Right fucking there. You see that shit? Yeah, right there. That's a double chin. Okay. There are a lot of things that you can say I have, but saying that I have a double chin has to be the craziest fucking thing ever. Like saying that I have a... Like, this is the furthest thing from a double chin that, like, you could have. Legitimately, like, the furthest from a double chin that you could fucking have. Like, bro, that's when you have so much fat bunched up on your neck that it... Bro, I'm trying to think about it. It's not happening, bro. I don't have enough up there. Like, you could... Bro, you could see my collarbones. Bro, what do you mean? You can see my fucking... Bro, I bet half of y'all have never even seen these in your life. You don't even know you had those. Yo, Gacha Smack just dropped a bomb. You might want to check this one out. Why the fuck is, like, that shit in quotation marks? I feel like that's like a scam link. Ending the Kuro versus Hoyo debate once and for all. This guy is just reacting to Box 2's video. Nah, he's just reacting to Box 2's video. We were supposed to do that as well. Yeah, we were supposed to react to Box 2's video as well, but I've just kind of been putting it off. But, yeah, that's what it is, right? Yeah, it's the Box 2 vid. I already knew it. Do you want to show the post of Gateo's Discord? Oh, yeah, no, this is a good one as well. Oh, no, this is a good one as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very important...
Okay, get off my screen, Smack. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. Okay, so we got the revenue data over here, right? Oh, let me go get the Reddit Gacha Gaming one. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of pieces of glue that we need to compile for this. There's a lot of different sources of glue that we need to compile for this, because I want to get a lot of things put together. I want to have the voice lines, right? I want to have the whole voice line debacle where the 2.4 voice lines are still not in the fucking game. Ooh. Oh boy, we're gonna need a lot of stuff here. Missing voiceover. 2.4 voice lines are still not in the game. Oof. What else we got over here? Gateo goodness, Gateo source, revenue misinfo, gacharevenue.com misinfo. Oh boy, this is gonna be a wild. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot of revenue that was faked. That's a lot of revenue that was what do you call that? A misinput? Is that just a misinput? What do you call that? Guys, how convenient is it also that ZZZ is right above Wuwa? How convenient is it that right after the adjustment, it's just barely over Wuwa? That's kind of funny. All right. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. We almost got everything ready. My bad. All right, we got the skin event, and then we got the good old spending event. Woohoo! Let's get this going. And the best news is, guys, this video got brigaded. Considering this video where I talked about revenue yesterday, it got brigaded. So this is just going to be the perfect situation. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Today, very unfortunately, we're gonna have to be revisiting the topic of gacha revenue, gacha tribalism, and of course, misinformation. Because that's actually the main reason why, despite me proving and showing that the Sensor Tower website isn't really something a lot of people should be creating drama on, it's still something that people are deciding to weaponize. And today is a circumstance where we found that the Zenless Zone Zero community and the individuals in charge of moderating these charts, they're literally spreading actual unproven, disgusting amounts of misinformation to paint every other gacha game in the space in a negative light. And there's a comment over here that I just want to address before we get on into it. I genuinely don't understand why Saint still covers this. Isn't he the one that exposed this? It's because people are weaponizing this false information to create even more drama. And we got it exactly where it needs to go. And one thing that I want to mention is that this video got brigaded to hell and back by the Genshin, Hoyoverse, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero community. It got brigaded to hell and back. And so this revelation we're about to have here is going to be very funny. So, according to the last Gacha revenue report that a lot of individuals, got acquainted with at the start of this year, Zenless Zone Zero was close to around $34 million on mobile, comfortably placing it, right, second in the big four gachas. And a lot of people viewed this as a massive success for this game, right? They couldn't stop talking about how Yi Shungite was like outselling every Wuwa unit, right? You just saw posts everywhere of people dooming, talking about how unpopular Chisa Lene, everybody in 3.0, they were like, oh, look, she's outselling Cartithia's banner, you fucking losers. That was the celebration that was being had across the Zenless Zone Zero player base. And they were celebrating this, right? While celebrating their thank you event, where the devs thank the players for giving them money by having a spending event that costs $250 total. And of course, that's right after they had one spending event already across versions 2.3 and 2.4 for a skin. So 2 spending events in a row, back to fucking back. Power creep that's unchecked with the release of Yi Shungite because she's broken. And all these guys want to do is just brag about, right, how much money the developers are making. You've seen the posts. You've seen the posts. Fuck it. I'll just play part of the video for you so you can see the goddamn post. It's right there. These are the exact posts that I'm talking about. And you want to know the truth about it, ladies and gentlemen? These numbers were actively manipulated. Because you want to know what the website looks like right now if you log in today on January 3rd? Zenless Zone Zero appears to have lost, like, in mobile estimates, like $7.5 million. If you don't know how percentages and ratios work, going from 33.8 to 26.55 is crazy. And you want to know what makes this crazier? How are the estimates going down? Estimates are usually only meant to go up. Because guess when these sales occur? At the end of the month. And so the sales could only be delayed. And so the number should increase as more of the sales at the end of the month actually get registered and counted, right? So the number should only be going up. In this situation, the numbers went down. And do you know what that means? They were intentionally overestimating Zenless Zone Zero's performance. Intentionally overestimating it to a degree where there's a fucking $7.5 million difference. How are estimates this volatile and this inaccurate? You might be wondering, maybe there's something wrong with Sensor Tower, or maybe there's something wrong with the people curating it. Because guess where this information comes from, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who publishes it? Somebody called Gateo has a person on their Discord who manages this website. And when you see over here, this is what's publicly being said, right? Coup dogs. Time to delay PvP. ZZZ can still pull ahead. We gotta make sure that ZZZ's ahead. Did you adjust numbers to make ZZZ higher? I'ma be real. That's pretty much literally exactly what happened, right? ZZZ was literally manipulated on this website to actually be $7.5 million over its actual estimate. And when Gacha is on the record saying this,
4 and 6 right now. And why is this 7 then? See, there's why is there extra 1 mil on the website? Huh? Why is there an extra 1 mil?
so you can hear Gacha asking why there's an extra 1 mil, because he's trying to bump Wuthering Waves down. Find any reason to bump Wuthering Waves down in the revenue ratings.
What did you cook? Why did you add 1 mil to Wuthering Waves?
Why'd you add $7.5 million to Zenless Zone Zero? Bro's out here looking for some way to subtract 1 million from Wuwa so Wuwa gets bumped down. What reason did this dude have to add $7.5 million to Zenless Zone Zero? That's nuts. That's fucking insane. And you want to know what the funniest thing is about this, ladies and gentlemen? ZZZ players were celebrating the fact that their game was finally out of the red for a month. And do you want to know what the actual reality probably is? Why do you think Zenless Zone Zero comfortably is just right above Wuthering Waves? I'll tell you what's going on, guys. It's because these numbers are 1 million% underreported. Because in the fucking universe where Zenless Zone Zero has been inflated by 7.5 million, and you know that Gacha is intentionally manipulating the data to make Wuthering Waves look as low as possible, how much do you bet this dumb-ass, racist CC is just intentionally understating these while continuing to overstate these and every other Hoyo game? What do you think is going on over here when they've literally been caught fabricating over 40% of ZZZ's previous numbers? If they are inflating it this much, do you really think there's no way that this is being inflated downward? And that's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we take a look at these charts. That's why we talk about these dynamics. Because the reality is that Hoyoverse players, Zenless Zone Zero players, Genshin Impact players, Honkai Star Rail players, they're always looking for an opportunity. They're always looking for some way to be seen as better in somehow than Wuthering Waves players. And the reason for it is very simple. It's because all of their games are steaming piles of shit. And the only metric that they could even dream about, right, having some sort of advantage in, is this revenue one. But when it turns out that even this whole revenue advantage is just literally completely fucking fake, and you have numbers shifting by like 40% in a day just to inflate how good Zenless Zone Zero is doing. Guys, do you know how embarrassing this is off of 2 consecutive spending events? Did you know that these numbers include Vivian's skin spending event and this most recent one on 2.5? Did you know that? And with that context, isn't this like the most worrying shit ever? Where you have the developers introducing rampant power creep, introducing spending events, introducing the worst balance in the history of Gacha, and they're still not farming. Brother. Good gosh. I've already said it before. I said that I thought the EOS, the potential EOS of ZZZ was near. When we're at the point where the community feels the need to literally lie about the numbers and try to drag down other games through those lies about the numbers, I'm going to be honest, guys. the end might be a lot closer than we thought if misinformation is the only way for people to not doom the game. Guys, they're spreading misinformation so that people don't just say the truth about the game. Because you want to know what the truth is about this game? It's just doom. Simply stating facts about ZZZ qualifies as doom posting. And to not be considered a doom poster, you've got to literally lie and spread misinfo that the game is doing well. Man. To simply not be a doom poster, you cannot say any of the facts about this game, and you just have to literally lie. And these guys have gotten to a point of desperation that they're faking revenue numbers. They're faking revenue numbers. And then proceeding to try to lord it over other communities. Think about this. Isn't this just the most pathetic shit ever in retrospect? Those fucking comments. Isn't this just the most pathetic shit ever? That you got all of these individuals over here, right? Putting all their eggs in one basket like this. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we cover these charts. This is why we discuss these situations, even though we have clearly already unveiled how much misinfo is already in them. Because if we don't, who's going to check this? If we don't, who's going to be the guy that verifies that the numbers from yesterday are the same as the numbers from today? When literally the website curator is a known Wuthering Waves hater that is on the record admitting to trying to adjust and manipulate numbers so that Zenless Zone 0 looks higher. If we're not going to do it, and people create this much drama, and people are always trying to farm these charts, who will? That's why we cover them. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. All right, fun situation over there. Another free farm. Another free farm. Man, you want to know what I love about the current way Zenless Zone 0 is heading? I can make infinite content about the new things that are getting added to the game without even playing it. That's my favorite part. The game, I know for certain, the game is just going to get worse. It's undeniably going to get worse. And so I don't even need to play it to make these videos because I already know what's going to be wrong with it. That's it. That's it. So yeah. No, I mean, guys, this is the thing. I don't need to play the game to know that this Suna character is retarded. I don't need to play ZZZ to know that she's retarded. Right? Like there's nothing I need to do. It's just there. No effort. No effort at all. Okay, and ZZZ faked. Cool. Great. Oh, man. Oh, man. Will you cover the Genshin 6.3 live stream? I could. Should I? Oh, man. Oh, man. Is this actually like a good Genshin update? Oh, my God. Damn, we really pushing for 1K subs. I'm sorry. Why is this Doro thumbnail, like, so funny? No, they all have the same thumbnail. Wait, they literally all have the same thumbnail. is this like a... Was this like a coordinated effort? Where they were like, yeah, let's all make the same thumbnail. Like, literally the same one. Bro, oh my fucking god, man. Jesus Christ. I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. The only normal looking one is Jade's. The funniest thing is that I find this one hilarious because all of Jade's thumbnails looking literally the fucking same. This is what I like she got like the same she got like the same one, bro. She's like always in the middle. It like they all look the same. That's the thing. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, is it this easy being a Genshin CC? You just... Oh, great. Now we got 2 of them on the left. Hey, now we got 2 of them on the left. Bro, the only one that didn't put her face is Sevi. She got the worst views. Huh. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, did the Genshin player base all quit? They all quit her channel. Yo, they are not happy with her. But then again, I can't blame them. Yo, the Genshin player base is not happy with her, but I cannot blame them. Yeah, it looks like she quit the game. I'm gonna be real. It looks like she quit the game. Like she just stopped. Right? She loves Wuwa more. Obviously, right? Like, otherwise she would be playing Genshin. Like, that's... Obviously, right? Obviously. Alright, do I even want to look at this? Is there even anything in here? Sorry, let me just read this kit real fast. Column summons a gravity ripple and accumulates gravity when any character in the party triggers or deals lunar... I'm already done reading her kit. We good? Sorry, I'm done reading her kit. I just saw the word lunar and I'm good. Yeah, I saw the word lunar and I'm trying to get out of there.
啊，不愧是月之上。随着空月之清亮的月环，没错，那是哥伦比亚唤起的引力涟漪。它不仅能够持续造成水元素范围伤害，更重要的是呢，在附近的角色触发月曜反应。
Is she supposed to have the worst looking kid in the game?
或者造成月曜反应伤害的时候，还会为这轮涟漪积攒引力值，并且在攒满之后触发一次强力的协同攻击。
这个我注意到，好像这个协同攻击
Bro, this gameplay does not look. It doesn't even look like gameplay. It just looks bad.
且将身边的区域短暂变换成月之领域，在月光的辉照下呢，所有的同伴都将获得星月的庇佑，提高月曜反应造成的伤害。此外，在这个领域当中，哥伦比亚还能为每种月曜反应提供独特的增益效果。
想起之前呀，我们每次去银月之庭和他聊天。
诉这位同伴，并且为其
想起之前
也在咱们描述。
Okay, what does she do?
这一下恢复力量之后的他吧。
Let's see. What does she do? Okay, she's sleeping. Bro, is her kit so bad that half of her trailer is her walking around?
哎，哥伦比亚的行走方式。
Bro, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is the worst shit I've ever seen. I'm sorry. This looks like half a character. Not even half a character. This is like 1/5 of a Wuwa unit. Bro, I swear to God, I saw 2 animations. I think I saw this one. She go a little bit like this. And then her ult. That's all I saw. She has 2 attacks. What? It's this. That's all she does. She goes like this. This is all you see. Look. That's all she's doing. Yet she did it again! That's why they played it twice, then went to the walking! She only has 2 animations! It's this and her ultimate! Wait, that's all you see in here!
怎样的战斗方式啊？
哎，那么接下来呢，就让我们更加深入的了解一下恢复力量之后的他吧。
Boom! She did it! Look, the arms out. 1, 2, 3, 4! That's it! That's all she did! I see why everyone's like this. This was their reaction to her dog shit kit. Bro, they just released a unit with 2 animations. Bro, they released a unit with 2 animations in her kit. I'm mind blown, bro. I'm mind blown, bro. I think we'll just make a video. I think we'll make a video on this. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another video regarding the amazing updates that Hoyoverse is adding to their games. And this time, the topical area is not going to be Honkai Star Rail, where Planet Arcadia looks like the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. This update's not going to be about Zenless Zone Zero, where Yi Shengguang's story is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. It's going to be about Genshin Impact, where, ladies and gentlemen, in version Luna 4, Columbina and her kit They're the biggest piece of shit I've ever fucking seen. Because I was debating whether or not to actually just react to this entire live stream. But I had the incredible displeasure of clicking through it and actually getting a preview of whatever the hell they have planned for this, like, Moon Maiden. And I'm going to be real with you. If you inspect this kit in the way that I have, you'll probably be sharing the same opinion as me. Because good golly gee, what the fuck are these devs doing? So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's get right on into this. We've got two of my least favorite individuals ever on the screen. I don't know what it is. They haven't even spoken yet, but I hate both of them. Let's see what they have to share.
好想知道恢复力量之后的哥伦比亚会有怎样的战斗方式啊？
那么接下来呢，就让我们更加深入的了解一下恢复力量。
Hey, I will say though, the guy on the left has lost a fuck ton of weight. Hey, I saw him 6 months ago. He was like 3 times larger. So, I'm glad he found I'm glad he found the Ozempic prescription. Anyways, let's keep playing.
之后的他吧。
And I want you guys to pay close attention over here. This is going to be the animation preview for this 5-star unit. She's basically, right, like the Archon of Nod Cry. Nod Cry is, like, big about focusing on the moon, right? She's the Moon Maiden. She is essentially the Archon of this region, if you can call it that, right? That's fair to say. Right, you got nice little relaxing animation over here. I can understand this, right? Now let's see what her kit is starting to look like. Boom! Check that out right there. She attacked, went like that. You might have missed it though. Play it back one more time. You ready? Pay attention, okay? You might miss it. Boom! Right there. Look at where the hand is. She just kind of like goes like this, does that. Hit him with it again. The third time, except this time from the front. She hitting it from the front this time. The same move, by the way. The same move. And there you go. Again. Brother, are you ready for this? That's her kit. Those are all of the... that is what's in her kit demo. Guys, they're done showcasing her attacks. That's why the next couple of seconds is just her walking. They're done show... That was it! This is the uncut section. It just looks like she's doing the same thing for 10 seconds. What are you paying for in this game? I've seen her entire kit and it all looks like the same thing. This is where all the budget was. And that's her ultimate, bro. Are we serious? Do you want to know what my initial take was after seeing this entire 5-star Archon equivalent units, animations, and kit? This literally is like 1/5 of a Wuthering Waves character. This is literally just animation, budget, like fidelity, actual like motion, rigging. It's like 1/5, if not 1/6 of a Wuwa unit. It feels like this product is incomplete. I genuinely don't understand like how it doesn't even feel, it feels like she's half developed. And you want to know what the best part is? You would be thinking, oh, clearly these developers, right? They've simply just hidden her tertiary animations in the rest of her kit. this is them breaking down the rest of her kit. Are you ready?
哥伦比亚的行走方式
Bro, this unit is so fucking boring. The first thing they focus on with the narration is her way of walking. This unit is visually so fucking boring and like mediocre that the biggest focus right off the rip is her walking style.
很特别，轻飘飘的感觉。在七月之夜的时候啊，可能旅行者们就已经简单体验过了。但我看这个时机里面
You do realize this entire segment has been longer than than the entire previous segment, right? They spent more time right now talking about how she walks than anything else.
它的特点好像真的更加鲜明了。
没错，其实啊，
This is why I hate these guys.
从 IP 同学第一次把哥伦比亚的身份描述给美术同学听的时候，大家就已经在想象这样的画面了
啊！但是比起所见即所得的表现，关于月曜反应的机制，对于我来说就有些复杂了。要不要鸡哥你给大家展开来讲
？These guys know how disgustingly boring her kit is. Guys, they're introducing a new 5-star unit, and her animations and kit are so boring and uncreative. The developers are on screen, just talking. The developers are just yapping, and that was deemed to be more watchable footage than the new unit's kit and gameplay.
讲一讲？
行吧，感觉回到了策划给大家开设计同步会的时候啊。那简单来说呢，就是当哥伦比亚
I'm sorry,
处
can
于
we
队
see
伍
that
当中
animation
时，
one more time?
那简单来说给美术同学听的时候，
来讲一讲。
Bro, this looks like a fucking Kokomi E, but it only gets one splash. Bro, she looks like reverse power creep on Kokomi's E. It's like Kokomi's E, jellyfish, but it only takes one time.
水雷感电，
来讲一讲。
行吧，感觉回到了策划我们之前熟知的水雷感电。
I'm sorry, I need
简单给大家开设计。
That's all. It just takes one. What the fuck is that?
简单来。
You're telling me 2026, that's what the kit animation looks like. It looks worse than release Hydro characters. Characters released in the first 2 years of this game have better animations than this. And better VFX than this. This is a literal downgrade. What the fuck is this?
来说呢，就是当哥伦比亚处于
Bro, it's like
队
they're
伍当
trying
中
to get her
时，
off
在
the
提瓦
screen
特
as
我们之
fast.
前熟知的水雷感电、水草绽放和水盐结晶反应，将会在月举例的影响下。
Anyways, main point is she's got the most dog shit animations ever, but don't worry, she's fucking broken. Because as you saw over here, she just turned everything into lunar.
转变为月曜系列反应。
Yeah, she just
也就
does
是
lunar
月感电
reactions
月绽
everywhere.
放和另一种全新的反应，我们会在后面的节目当中再提到。
So, let's keep waiting and seeing, right?
比亚处于队伍中时，也就是说
She converts everything into lunar charge reactions. So basically, she is the elemental reaction rework, except she just costs $400 and her animations look like shit. So instead of reworking the elements into what they're supposed to be, don't worry, guys. You can buy it instead. You can buy the rework. This is the actual Genshin DLC over here. This is the first official Genshin DLC.
他一个人就能带来全部的月曜反应转化吗？
没错，就是这个样子。
Yeah. You can see over here, lunar domain. After Columbina uses her burst, the surrounding area turns into a lunar domain, and everyone gets lunar reaction buffs. She converts all reactions to lunar reactions. And when her teammates deal lunar reaction damage, she gains gravity. And when she has gravity and it's full, she unleashes a coordinated attack. So yes, she is the rework to all elemental reactions. There you go. But she's just being sold. Combine that with her dog shit animations, guys. This is what kind of product and product quality you're getting. The rework you should be getting your free is being monetized, and it's being monetized with the worst looking kit the space has ever seen. Remember, guys, this is her kit. Check it out. We gotta take a look at the animations, bro. As you can see, she's not on the fucking field. And what she leaves is this... I don't even know if that's Nilo, actually. That might be Nilo. She might actually not have anything. This is probably actually just Nilo's animation. And we're accidentally crediting it to this fucking Moon Maiden piece of shit. Yeah, I don't even think that's hers. I think she just has nothing. Bro, it doesn't even look like she's on the team. I'm sorry, bro. It doesn't even... I didn't even... Did you even know Columbina was on this team? Did you even know Columbina was on this team? No, I have no clue. It's the Raiden-like circle? Wait, that's her? Wait, that you're telling me that's Columbina? Wait, that looks like his hair. This looks like his hair is just long. It literally looks like his hair is just extending and making a circle. This was also our original aspiration when designing mechanics like Lunar Reaction and Hexarai Single Secret Right. They're just lying again. They said that their goal was to like increase the number to explore different team compositions. If that was true, these would be free. So no, you're just lying. No, your goal is to lock off the actual features of this game behind limited character banners, because you did it in Natlan with the exploration. You did it in Nod Cry with Ascendant Gleam. You're doing it with Hexarai and Durin. And now you're doing it again with Columbina and Lunar Reactions a fucking gang, because you already did it before. So why are you guys just lying all the fucking time? No, your goal is to make every actual new feature that should be a reworker free and monetizing it. Because you're the most greedy motherfuckers I've ever seen in gaming. Like, the fucking Activision CEO is considered one of the best CEOs in the world compared to Dewey. Like, that's how bad it is. I'm sorry, is this just them doing her animations? Sorry, let's watch this. These are just her attack animations. Bro, she actually has the worst kit in the game. These are genuinely the worst animations I have ever seen. Wow. Wow, this is so fucking bad. Bro, this is so bad. I can't even describe how bad this is. Bro, I thought that was Columbina. I'm sorry. I actually thought that was Columbina for a second. Okay, so she literally just deals whatever type of lunar damage you dealt the most of. Bro, she literally is a walking elemental reaction rework. The fact that she's Hydro, I don't even think means anything. She's literally just a walking rework. Look at Nahida's animations. I mean, that's the fucking thing, right? it's crazy that Nahida looks more engaging to play. What do you like? How is this character was released like 4 fucking years ago, bro? She was released 4 years ago, like 3 years ago. How does Nahida have better animations?
对应的越要反应类型伤害，也就是说，只要玩家的配对策略合适，哥伦比亚就可以直接造成对应的越要反应伤害了。
哦，原来如此。
而在哥伦比亚释放元素爆发后，它将会睁开自己的双眼，
maybe
并且将身边的区域短暂变换成月之领域。在月光的辉照下。
I'm sorry, bro. This is legitimately the worst looking kid I've ever seen.
所有的同伴都将获得新月的庇佑，提高月要反应造成的伤害。
Bro, it's like her goal is to like low-key like not exist, not be
提供
seeable.
独特的增益效果。
想起之前
This is like even worse than like Shorekeeper. Like it feels like they actually wanted to make her not even a real character. She doesn't even feel like a real character. I feel like she's designed to almost feel like she doesn't exist on your team. She feels like she makes this game a 3-person team. She doesn't even feel like a real unit. I'm going to be real with you. The worst character design, or I think her design is okay. The worst kit design and animations I've ever seen in this fucking game before. So low effort, so low budget, so trash to have her like gameplay literally be her spamming the same 3 animations over and over. And then her VFX don't even look good on top of it. I'm just going to be honest, man. This is probably the lowest effort cash grab release I've ever seen from these devs. Her kit is like similarly overloaded in what it does. She, again, clearly is just meant to be the entire rework to elemental reactions that we were supposed to get, but now you have to pay for it just like you got to pay for everything else in this game. So, yeah, there will be people that are going to say this is amazing. Those are the people that are on payroll from Hoyoverse, because I don't think that there's a single person who isn't on contract that can say that this is anything more than a pile of dog shit. Legitimately dog shit. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. Legitimately dog shit. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, dear. Check out the second release. It's even worse. Z-Buy? What does she do? Where is she?
是吗？是的，这幅画卷由资白
Is she like Zhongli's girlfriend? Who the fuck is she?
亲手绘制，上面画着如今璃月的山川湖海，还有在这片大地上传承数千
Yeah,
年。
she's like Zhongli's girlfriend, right?
未曾断绝的万家灯火。
不愧是璃月的仙人，果然还是最爱璃月呀。
非战斗状态下，资白有一个特别的探索天赋，在夜间，资白会持续恢复自己的元素能量。
是月光的照拂能让他静心凝神吗？果然还是
At
与月
night,
亮
she refreshes her energy. Ooh, cool. All right, what does her kid do?
色一样，只要进到队伍里就能改变反应规则。
是的，资白作为古老而强大的仙人啊。
Why did I read some shit about her changing reaction rules?
色一样，只要进到队伍里就能改变反应规则。
Okay.
它增加了变距与滑盖的元素，希望这些细节能够在暗示他身份的同时，烘托他高贵文雅的气质。
没错，没错。
最后，如果与盐或水元素属性的队友搭配作战，资白
So
还
they're
能获得
releasing
额外
another
的
Geo
战斗增益。
DPS.
哎，
So she's Geo Skirk. All right. All right. Yeah, bro, I'm just gonna be honest. This game is so fucked, it's unbelievable. Bro, I don't even want to think about, like, dude, I, like, it's so bad. Bro, I don't even. I'm just tired of any. I didn't even want to watch it. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to hear about it. Like all of it just sounds super bad. I don't even want to hear about it. Yeah, it's just bad, bro. It's just bad, bro. Her kit is worse than Booling. A 4-star from Wuwa. Everyone knows, guys, Booling is better than some 5 stars in Wuwa. So that's more so a testament to how good Booling's kit is. Because, yes, her animations look better than some 5-star units in Wuwa. So let's not, like, guys, do recall we have Chisa up in here. And, like, some people are literally saying Booling's animations look better than Chisa's. I would agree with them. I would agree with them. Ah! I need to go decompose some echoes. Oh man. All right. Guys, I feel like I'm never gonna have the time to watch the fucking Gacha Awards. Because again, it's too fucking long. I can't watch it today. There's too much farm. There's too much dumb shit going on. Too much dumb shit going on. Alright, how about we watch Box 2's video then? Because we definitely have time for Box 2's vid. We have time for Box 2's vid. Right? This one is short. We got the time for this one. Honkai Star. We got the time for this one. We got the time for this one. So let's just get these out of the way. Let's get these out of the way because they are highly requested videos that are being asked for every single stream. Literally being asked for every single stream. So I just got to get them going. All right, guys. So let's just be real here. This is a video that I also feel like I need to react to as well because I've already made content regarding Box 2. And the reality is very simple, right? I have been critical of Box 2 and his kind of dumb behavior when it comes to Wuthering Waves recently. And I even got like this video over here to detail. But I feel like you're to detail it. All right, so that's going to be the context. That's why I feel a level of personal responsibility to actually react to this. And we'll be doing that after I go check on something because I just got a text, so I need to go check on something. BRB. Alrighty. False alarm. We're good. We're good. Quick additional revenue glue for the video. What is this? What is this quick additional revenue glue all about? Let's see here. What the hell is this? Wait, what is this? I need to go check this out. Give me 1 second, guys. How did he get these numbers? Wait 1 second here. Huh. Yeah, like, how did he do this? It turns out the revenue chart was heavily rigged first day, and this is the numbers after it updated and the BS multiplier removed. iOS plus... no, I get this part, right? So there is like a multiplier on here, right? And I'm imagining... What, did he put it to 1 and then that's what the results came out as? I'm still not getting the same numbers that he is. Right? Maybe if I put in like a 0. Ooh, that is a little bit interesting. iOS plus Android 0 times iOS revenue. So I guess only off of iOS with a 0 Android multiplier, yes, Wuthering Waves is actually higher. But yeah, that's just removing entirely the Android numbers. And I guess the thing is that, yeah, that does seem a little bit weird. That... Wait, like, why would it even be higher then, though? Why would it even be higher then? So, this is the thing, right? Revenue figures shown include mobile platforms only. Combined revenue means across all revenue regions. So, CN, global, everything. That's what combined means. Revenue generated by the PC and console versions of the game is not included. Okay, everyone knows that. Data found here is pulled directly from Sensor Tower with the exception of CN Android measurements, which are determined using a multiplier of CN iOS revenue. So, essentially, right, CN Android numbers are based off of CN iOS revenue. And the idea over here is that these numbers are basically just putting in a raw 0 for CN's iOS or for CN's Android numbers. And so if you cancel out CN's Android numbers, then this is what the results look like. If you just don't factor them in there at all. And so, based off of, right, the only thing that has a random multiplier on it, when that thing with the random multiplier is factored out, Wuwa is on this chart higher. That's what that's showing. The thing is, I don't know how... That's basically saying that Wuthering Waves is just doing better in global than ZZZ. Which is pretty reasonable to understand. That's the idea over here. But yeah, I don't really think there's too much extra stuff to really be deriving from that. It's more so the fact that, yes, ZZZ numbers have been literally faked for fun. That's more so the thing. ZZZ's numbers are literally faked. Like, additionally manipulated in ways that don't even make sense because it's going down once again. Like, the number going down is the craziest thing. If ZZZ's numbers had gone up, that would be fine, right? That just means delayed sales are being counted. But for them to go down is wild. All right. Okay. I think I'm ready for this one. Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Let's get this one underway. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another dose of Gacha Tribalism, sponsored by the content creator for Honkai Star Rail, Box 2. We're at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Honkai Star Rail versus Wuthering Waves. And I think that I have a personal responsibility to actually watch this video because it appears that the efforts Box has been making over the past couple of weeks, shitposting Wuthering Waves, rage baiting its player base to the point where I had to make actually 2 videos addressing what the fuck he was doing. It appears that it was all in an effort to farm for this vid. And while a lot of people did believe that this video was in good faith, a lot of the likes, I think the fact that with HSR being in the worst state it's ever been, version 3.8, Dahlia, all of that, I think the rage baiting is still fresh in a lot of people's minds. So that's why the dislike ratio is looking a little bit diabolical over here. Why don't we go ahead, see just how well-reasoned the takes are, and whether or not he's actually turned over a new leaf. Let's take a look at this. The true Gacha comparison.
Honkai Star Rail versus Wuthering Waves. Which one of these is the superior game? A very good question, about to be answered by a very good YouTuber.
Okay.
Me. Hello, Gacha community. It is I, Box67. And today...
Is that the only one he's gonna make there? He's not gonna make any more of those, right? Because they're not funny, and I'll skip past them in the video.
Today I am going to ignite war between the Hoyo Shills.
Never mind. I see why people dislike this vid. It's not even because of his Wuwa takes. His jokes are just fucking trash.
And the Curl Dogs even further beyond by putting these 2 games in a gauntlet where they will compete with each other against 8 different categories.
Okay, let's see those categories real fast. What were those? Characters, gameplay, story, events, music, art, animations, communities. Fair.
And to see which one of these will walk out the room with a golden trophy. And as a man who has the same amount of hours in both these games, I am proud to say that I am indeed qualified to judge both of these games and see which one comes out as a winner.
I just want to do a quick discount double check real fast. Let me just see over here. When's the last time Box uploaded a Wuthering Waves video? Let me just... Cartithia livestream reaction. He's not actually playing the game. He just reacted to the live stream and the Cartith... Hologram. Oh my gosh.
Which one is it? Is that even the right tab? Is it third? Oh, it's third tab. Okay.
Here we go.
He's right there. Oh god, I got him. I see him now. I just have to pay super attention. I have to play so...
All right.
Anyways, let's get started. Round 1. Characters. One of the most important aspects of a gacha game are their characters. Without interesting and iconic characters, then there would be no reason to spend money on the game. So let's see which game is able to captivate their players more.
True. How well are you able to abuse the mentally ill?
And by their players, I mean me. On the left-hand corner, we have Honkai Star Rail, filled to the brim with a bunch of iconic characters, such as Dan Heng, Dan Heng 2, Dan Heng 3. But all jokes aside, I do think that Honkai Star Rail does have some of the most memorable characters in all of gacha games.
Yeah, like Raiden 2, right?
It's hard to beat the likes of characters like Finon, Kafka, Herta, Sparkle, but that's not to say that with...
Let me reiterate this because Box is being way too nice. Hi, Kevin Kaslana from Honkai Impact 3. Hi, Kafka the Stigma from Honkai Impact 3. Hi, Herta. Big mini Herta. And hi, Sparkle. I see you're getting your second version soon.
But that's not to say that Withering Waves doesn't have its fair share of cool characters. Yuno, Augusta, Perlova, Zany, all very top-tier character designs. And I don't even really like playing Withering Waves that much.
Please! Run! Wait for cover!
But whenever Kuro drops banners this appealing, it genuinely makes me want to re-download the game. And oftentimes, I do.
Well, I guess this is the thing, right? He only listed off a couple of, like, character designs, right? I mean, I'm gonna be real. Like, let's just be real here, man. Like, what are you... I'm sorry, bro, but like, hey, I'm sorry, bro, but like, anyways.
And then I lose the 50-50 and I quit again. But yeah, needless to say, I think that Withering Waves might take this win. Their characters always manage...
What? It's not even a fucking joke, bro. You listed off, like, 3 of the unit designs in the game, and, like, you missed out on unit designs that were, like, better than the ones that you showed. You showed, like, some of the worst units in Wuwa in terms of design, if we're gonna be honest.
To make me come back to the game, even when I...
Yeah, like Nuclear Bomb versus Coughing Baby. You showed off Honkai Star Rail's Nuclear Bombs, and they lost to Wuwa's Coughing Babies.
I don't even like the game that much. But... Ling Yang exists in the game, and I did lose my 50-50 to him once, and nothing hurts more than losing a 50-50 to the Jingle Beast. And because Ling Yang is in the game, that is going to be an automatic deduction of 1 trillion points, so the round goes to Honkai Star Rail.
Is this the same game where you have Yan Qing? Yeah, I'm just wondering, right? This is the same game where Yan Qing is on the standard banner. Yan Qing and Bai Lu are on the standard banner, right? Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, man. I see we're giving out free points. All right. We'll see what Honkai Star Rail wins again.
Round 2. Gameplay.
I'm now just interested in finding out how he's gonna give this one to the game with the auto button. I'm interested in hearing the reasoning how it's gonna be the game with the fun button is gonna win. I mean, this is what I mean.
The point goes to Honkai Star Rail. Round 3.
Fair enough.
Story.
Fair enough.
The story in Wuthering Waves is quite simple to follow. You know, it has great presentation, has a lot of cutscenes sprinkled in, and a lot of aura and hype moments. And on top of all that, just a very simple but effective storyline. And here's gonna be my hot take. Come here, come closer. I actually like gathering wives. I love it when big thigh anime waifus are all over my junk, blushing every single time I breathe in the same direction as them. It is truly a relatable.
My favorite part is that he's not even using footage from the game. He's using fan-made MMDs. I think that's the funniest part, is that this is a fan-made creation. Like, this is not from the game.
As them. It is truly a relatable experience. You know, my real life kind of just mirrors that, and I think that's the reason why I like it so much. On the other hand, Honkai Star Rail. What the fuck is this? Why does every single NPC in the game look like they are from the same bloodline?
Wait, is this an actual screenshot from the game? Nah, this ain't an actual screenshot, right? I'm sorry. Wait, is this real? I'm sorry. Wait, straight up. Is this actually real? Where, like, her and her, they all look the same. Bro, there's no way.
Same haircuts, same outfits, same everything. Oh, well, Box, that's because I'm foreign.
Nah, that can't be real. I don't think that's real. That's not. They surely. I think that's photoshopped. I refuse to believe that's real.
There's a very strict dress code. No. Stop. We both know that's not the reason why. Like, what do you mean? These are Hyceline sisters.
Wait, this is a scene. Wait, so
you mean these are Hyceline sisters? She gotta be adopted. Not to mention the story dialogue. Hey, ChatGPT, can you generate me a super smart story about a ninja and a banana that lasts 20 entire fucking hours? But all of this could have
how is he gonna give HSR the point here?
been forgiven if it just wasn't such a sausage fest. Why couldn't we be more like Wuwa, where we collect wives and farm ultra maximum aura? Instead, they give me front row seats to full uncensored yaoi. Like, why am I watching two grown-ass men flirting with each other, having a contest for whoever can last the longest in the same bathtub?
Two bros chilling in the hot tub.
Why is Black Swan actively getting rammed by Acheron and talking dirty to Constance in her trailers?
I'm not used to you being so rough with me yet. I'll try to be more gentle. Come.
I didn't even know it was actually this on the nose. Wait, yeah, I had no idea it was this on the nose.
Why is there an entire story quest dedicated to Blade and Dan Heng's couple counseling? Every character in the game is just making out with each other, but...
I mean, this is just like... Yeah, this game, now that I've seen it, the way he's portrayed it, yeah, this game does seem pretty gay. Like... The game did look pretty gay from what I saw in there.
Where's my waifu? How come there is no one to love me? Oh! The point goes to Wuthering Waves.
Oh shit!
Round 4.
Damn, he gave Wuwa a point. So if you've actually been keeping track, it's 0 and 3. If you've actually been keeping track, it is 0 and 3.
Events. Both teams lose a point. Round 5. Music.
Okay. For events, you could say version 2.6, 2.7, and 2.8, but 3.0 events onward, I don't think you can say that. But I will go at it from the perspective of Box hasn't played 3.0 yet. And so if Box is going by 2.6, 2.7, and 2.8, sure.
So to do some research, I listened to every single sound.
Maybe not 2.8, because the Honami City thing was actually good. Yeah, no, that was like Honami City's event was actually like the best one ever, low-key. It was good.
Track in the entire game on loop for 2 entire days straight. And to be honest, it was like sifting through a pile of sand where most of it is just very mediocre, but sometimes you'll find a very small diamond. For example, this is probably my favorite one I found so far.
Feathers share their golden gleam, drifting nose like a gentle dream in my heart.
Yeah, Box is gay for sure. Yeah, no, that's confirmation. Yep, no. This guy does not like girls.
There's also some other bangers that I found, like Fenrico's boss theme, Against the Tide, Prolob.
That's a joke, boys. No, we'll see. We'll see though.
The Lost Beyond, and etc. And overall, I would say that Wuwa does have some pretty good soundtracks. But, unfortunately,
I think that this is actually probably the only point that HSR is deservedly going to get. And I don't even think this is like Wuwa's like bad, HSR is just good. This is more so like Wuwa's like an 8.59 and HSR is just like a 9.5 beyond.
Honkai Star Rail has too many bangers.
I mean, they have Hoyo's music is probably their best overall thing. This one's not even that good, though. Wait, Proi is not even good. Why is he choosing the worst songs in HSR? Why is this guy choosing the worst songs in the game? What the fuck is... Okay, let me... can I just, like, play for you guys, like, songs that are, like, not... What the fuck is this selection? What the fuck is this selection, bro?
The way to celebrate. I'll be waiting.
Like, this one's alright. But, like, there's... This is not... Is this guy busted? What is he doing? Bro, this is... If you were going to choose a Robin song, it's not this one, bro. If you were going to choose a Robin song, it ain't this one. What in God's name? It's this.
Already know your decision. I now permit you to gaze into the sun.
This is the song you choose if you're going to choose a Robin one.
1,336 stones. The almighty and powerful strings of harmony are at my disposal. The supreme tuner, harmonious choir, Dominicus.
Bro, he has the Randy Orton pose. Bro has literally the Randy Orton pose. But anyways, right here. You're gonna choose the other Robin song and not this one? You're gonna choose the other Robin song.
There seems to be another kind of sound coming into the Order Symphony.
You're telling me he didn't select this?
Disharmony.
Take the lead.
Created you. Divine being will become the foundation of our paradise.
Again, witness the will of the weak.
He didn't choose that one.
The point goes to Honkai Star Rail.
No, if you went by the examples you showed, Box, it goes to Wuwa because you chose the worst fucking songs in the game.
Round 6, art. For this part, I asked some of my Discord members to help me vote on whichever...
Bro, I can't believe I'm getting mad at Box for not presenting HSR properly. Like, I can't believe I'm getting rage baited by Box because he's like not showing the right stuff from HSR.
Art they think is better. Right. Vote.
I hate Break. Break is terrible.
This
is a tough one.
Yeah, has everyone voted?
Yeah, this is just odd.
All right, I'm gonna show results. Let me see. So the winner. Damn, you guys are so biased. It's crazy.
I like you. What can I say, bro?
Damn.
It's just better.
Damn. Hold on. Okay. You know what? Oh, okay. Sure. You guys, wait. You guys really think Fugway is better than Shorekeeper?
I like her. She's.
I didn't know.
All right. Better than Shorekeeper though.
The art
Okay.
is nicer.
Okay. Second
I
one.
don't know any of these characters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, him without the shirt.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Is he actually like that, or is that like fan art?
He has the shirt on.
Oh.
He does wear a shirt.
Oh. That's disappointing. I'm actually gonna vote here. I'm voting.
Oh my god.
Okay. Wait, it's tied right now. It's tied. 4 votes. Oh my god.
Why are you voting for Wuthering Box? Why do you like
6-7.
Wuthering Waves?
Oh, it's gone. Why am I voting? Because clearly Don Hung is a fucking fraud.
No,
I like the I'm voting for the dragon, bro.
This guy is a Don Hung wannabe. This guy wants to be Don Hung so bad.
You trying to get me canceled? Oh, this isn't even close.
Bro, why am I just seeing people's like all I see in my chat is gay Discord.
Holy shit. Wow, so that's 2 points for Honkai Star already. Okay.
The other doesn't look that. It feels like it's a fucking ink.
Okay, is this how long do they go about? Nah, I'm skipping this part. Nah, this definitely has to be a part of the video you're supposed to skip. Editor, we're skipping this entire fucking part. I'm not here to listen to like Box like fucking Bro, this shit is like half the fucking vid. What the hell?
Round 7. Animations. Honkai Star Rail is an absolute god when it comes to their alt animations. There have been multiple times where a character's leaked animations have rippled the gacha space. Acheron's leaked animations, Castris leaked animations, Phinon's leaked animations.
The funny thing is I don't think any of these were at like the same scale of Wuthering Waves ones.
Even Fei Xiao's leaked animations. Almost all characters' animations look phenomenal in Honkai Star Rail.
Oh yeah,
but
they do?
That's mostly only their ultimates. Besides that, their techniques, skills, and auto attacks are just honestly whatever. And although Wuthering Waves ult animations don't look nearly as good as Star Rail's, they...
Okay, Box, we're just trolling right now, right?
They have more of them, and they are all very consistently good. Doing combos with some Wuwa characters genuinely feel cinematic sometimes. I don't even really know how to play the game, to be honest, but even just button mashing is pretty fun sometimes, because I'm just seeing all these pretty colors fly past my screen. So for animations, I'm gonna have to give the point to Wuwa.
Okay. I mean, I get, like, this is the thing, right? I think, like, on ultimate animations alone, Wuwa already wins. So... I mean, if it wins anyways, I don't really care. But yeah, the ultimate animation difference, if there actually even was one between the two games, wouldn't even be big enough for it to win in the first place. I'm glad it's not, at least in Box's opinion, but yeah, like, okay, like, do we even need to, like, talk about this shit, bro? Like, no, dude, the ultimates in this game look better. What do we even, bro, we're just trolling to say that HSR even has anything in comparison. Like, the only HSR ultimate that might have any comparison at all to what's in Wuwa is, like, Phinon's. But that's it.
Round 8. Communities.
You are fucking, you bloody, bastard, bitch, fuck you, bloody.
Box wishes this was actually the case. The Hoyo community is pretty much known as, bar none, the worst community in all gacha games. I mean, there's not really any disputing to have about it. It kind of remains to this day, Box. The only people that have tried to make the take that Wuwa is as bad as Hoyo are Mr. Pokey and Genizad. Those are the only CCs on record who have tried to spread the narrative that Wuwa is just as bad as the Hoyo communities. And, well, when you've seen the public statements that both Mr. Pokey and Genizad have made about the Wuthering Waves community, it's in their best interest to say that Wuwa is as bad as Hoyo. Because, well, I mean, all you need to do is look at this most recent upload, right? Just check this out over here, right? We got Mr. 7 out of 10 out here. You want to know what the reaction by the Wuwa community was to his 3.0 live stream video?
The space station. You know, like...
Yeah, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Yeah, that's what it looks like. On 1.7k views. If the community hated me this much, where nobody even comments on the video, they just call me a 7 out of 10 clapped walnut, and make fun of me because I was a clapped walnut, I would also say, guys, right, that the Wuwa community is trash. I would have to say that they're trash because they're treating me like this. What other way do I have to save the ego if I'm Genizad other than to call the Wuwa community trash? And if you're Mr. Pokey, right? Of course you're going to call the Wuwa community trash after you got excommunicated by them because you were rage baiting the game 24/7 across all of 2024 because you thought HSR was invincible. You thought HSR was invincible and it was going to be a game that lasts forever. Well, unfortunately, it looks like the sun is setting on those fucking dreams. Because if a poll value video, guys, is pulling 5.8k and 7, we are in some trouble when it comes to this game's YouTube meta. And so, of course, these are the guys, right, that are going to say the Wuwa community is on the record being so bad all the time. Because the Wuwa community fucking hates them. Because of their own actions. And so, Box, like I mentioned before, I don't want you following in the same footsteps as a Mr. Jokey or a Mr. 7 out of 10. Because you've been on the record doing some severe rage baiting. And to go with the whole, everyone's equally bad, even though I have no proof, and I'm just parroting the statements from two people that are the absolute literal clowns of the gacha community. You're parroting their statements while additionally having no proof. And I get that you're joking over here. I get that you're joking over here. But you've been on the record publicly saying this a lot. A lot.
So after all of that, it seems like both games have ended up in a tie, which means that I'm just gonna have to go with my gut feeling alone. And because I am tasked with such a big responsibility, I will promise to throw away all of my biases and tell you once and for all which game is the better game. And I have spent a lot of time pondering this question. It is really not easy to choose a winner here. But after asking myself this question again and again for an entire week straight, I have finally come to a conclusion.
Okay.
And for the winner,
let's hear it.
I choose.
He's gonna choose Expedition 33, isn't he?
Clear up scare. Expedition.
Alright, fuck this guy. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out. Guys, I didn't even pre-watch it. I didn't even pre-watch it. I'm not even joking. I didn't even pre-watch it. I knew that shit was going to happen, though. I like fucking knew that shit was going to happen. All right, I'll give my actual thoughts on the vid. I think it was actually a pretty good jokey one, right? It was like extremely obvious when he was... It's pretty obvious that we know that Wuthering Waves is undeniably the better game. But yeah, we did some pretty obvious rage baiting, right, to give HSR some points. I will say, though, once again, I think impressions do end up sticking, right? And we are somebody who has been on the record rage baiting Wuwa a lot. I think this video is actually like a good little peace offering because we drag the fuck out of HSR in this vid. Especially, right, the whole part when we were getting into, like, the story, and then, like, this shit over here, like, blew my fucking mind. Yeah, stuff like this. I think it's, like, a good, like, olive branch sort of, like, peace offering. But, yeah, I'ma just be real, Box. I don't actually know if this is what this functionally does, though. Because I feel like this video kind of pissed off HSR players at the same time. I feel like that's kind of what happened. You kind of pissed off your HSR viewers, too. So, I don't know. Are you just trying to make, like, everybody mad? What's going on over here? But yeah, that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace. Like, I guess I don't really know. I feel like he's, like, making everybody mad. I don't really know what the point is. I don't really know what the point is anymore. But yeah, overall, solid video. Solid video. Oh, okay. Somebody said I'm not gonna watch something. What is this? What about Smack?
Is equivalent to HSR's absolute worst. I still don't think we've gotten to peak Genshin Impact community levels.
Okay. So Smack literally said it's not at the same level. What do you guys even mean? What about Smack? He literally just said it's not at the same level. Was that supposed to be a gacha? Oh, shush doesn't fit the... Are you trying to get banned again? I'm just wondering. I'll ban you again, Revert. He said for Genshin only.
Peak Genshin Impact Wars is still like a whole, like peak Genshin Impact. They were like threatening Tectone's life, threatening Dway's life, killing cats, doing crazy shit.
Guys, that's literally what I fucking said. What are we doing out here? Wait, that's literally what I said.
Is equivalent to HSR's absolute worst. I still don't think we've gotten to peak Genshin Impact community levels. Peak Genshin Impact Wars is still like a whole, like peak Genshin Impact. They were like threatening Tectone's life, threatening Dway's life, killing cats, doing crazy shit, right? Like I think peak Genshin Impact.
So this is my take. Smack is simply speaking from a place of ignorance over here, which is not a big deal because the stuff that he's listing out right now has happened in HSR. Yeah, no, they harass and send death threats to VAs. They have tried to get Xiao Ji assassinated. They've been calling for Xiao Ji's death on Twitter because he's written straight couples into the story. So, yes, it has happened. Smack just doesn't know about it. And so, Smack hasn't seen the community act like that in those instances, and so he's saying it hasn't gotten there yet, because he hasn't seen it himself, which is fair. But no, the exact things he listed out, calls for death, all of that, it's happened. I have videos on it, by the way. Like this is the thing. I have proof. I have proof, right, to verify that this happened. This is what I mean. So, again, this is just Smack not having the examples top of mind of where it's happened, but it happens. There you go. Do I need to expand on this further? Is there any additional explanation that's needed? Or is me saying the HSR community is way fucking worse? Which one is it? I think we know what the right answer is, guys. It's not rocket science over here. Smack used your vids without context and judged the dislike ratio and called Curlbots worse than HS. Okay, think about this. You're the one that just sent me a link where you try to paint Smack as, like, I guess illegitimate because he just didn't know something. Guys, him not knowing about random Twitter beef in, like, the most deranged part of the community is, like, not necessarily, like, that's not necessarily a problem. And yes, him speaking slight misinfo because he doesn't know about this instance, who cares? Like, who cares if he wasn't 100% right because he didn't know that this happened? Like, does anyone care that he didn't know that? Smack hater? Guys, there's been a lot of Smack haters recently. And that's why I've been saying, bro literally has an agenda. Like, bro, there are people with an agenda that are trying to, like, fucking ruin him. That are trying to, like, destroy him. I'm telling you, like, bro has some actual haters out there. Bro has some actual haters. Like dedicated haters. Like, we gotta realize this. He has dedicated haters. It stemmed from the 2.8 fiasco. That's what I mean. My take has always been My take has always been, I think he got a bit too aggro in, like, calling people, like, dumb and losers and shit, and he kind of pissed off a lot of people. Yeah, I feel like he kind of pissed off a lot of people. Like, and I'm saying that the reach on those Twitter posts went maybe a little bit further than maybe what he wanted. Don't you do the same? No, I don't. No, I don't. Because, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I think there are more people that actually hate me than Smack, but I just don't say anything that can be, like, giga-farmed into oblivion. Yeah. So, again, my take is I feel like there are still some people mad. I feel like there are still some people mad. Because I actually watched his ban video. I watched his ban video. Like, kind of like off stream. And then I was kind of just like, I get what you're saying, but like, why only you? You know what I mean? I said, I get what you're saying, where it's like, like Twitch is being selective and like only going, but why only you? And I'm like, because you're listing out like 4 or 5 other streamers who are kind of doing the same thing, but it's only you getting the warnings and the consecutive bans. That's what I mean, right? That's what I mean. And so it's like, I get the reasoning. But, like, there's 6 or 7 people you listed out, and none of them are getting anything. You're just mad it's not you. Yes, I'm very mad that I'm not the one getting... Never mind. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Can you guys remove this emote? This is the most retarded thing I've ever seen. Get this. Can you guys just get this out of my chat? No! Thoughts on another fusion DPS right after Galbraina? Well, that's why I think she's probably going to be Fusion Burst, guys. Or half Fusion Burst as an option in her kit. Because, yeah, if she's just a regular Fusion DPS, then Galbraina owners are probably not going to be very happy. Because that's, like, kind of what Galbraina is, right? Like, kind of like a vanilla Fusion DPS. And so, if Amiath is the same thing, people would probably be kind of mad, right? I think that's fair to say. Yeah. So I hope they're unique with it. All right. I realized I am like out of time. I got to get working on my other uploads and some evening stuff for today. So yeah, I think it's time for a raid, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Who shall we raid?
I'm not quite done.
Bro, where is everybody? Bro, where is everybody? Is it just Sharamu on right now? I guess it's just Sharamu. Yeah, I guess I guess we'll take y'all over there. But yeah, loaded day today, ladies and gentlemen. We had a bit of a fun one. But yeah, today's gonna be coming to a bit of a close. My apologies. All right, I gotta go take care of some stuff. We'll raid Sharamu. I'll see all y'all later. Have a good one. Was a fun day. We just so you guys know, we got like 7 videos in. I didn't even try. I didn't even try. Peace out.